Good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening hour. First race program of 2026. And man, did we get the weather, blue skies, and nice and warm out, 25 degrees Celsius. Beautiful day for a racing action here in Elora, Ontario. Of course, the beautiful Grand River Raceway with a 5/8 track. 18 minutes to post time, and we'll get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing. Note there are no changes races 1 or 2. No changes in the first 2 dashes. Race number 3, just a note that the also eligible does not move in. Race number 4, number 9, Glen E. Mack. There is no missing chart line, no missing chart line. Race number 5, number 6, Tall Dark Latte is scratched. Race 5 scratched, number 6, Tall Dark Latte. Race number 6, we have scratches of 8 and 9. Scratch 8 end of the trail and 9 TF high voltage. Race number 6, scratches of 8 and 9. Race number 7. Note that we'll get you the line on number 2, Boot Hill Huddy. Line to be announced at number 7. Driver to be announced, TBA on the 7. In race number 8, note scratches of 9, Brookdale Charlotte. The also eligible does not move in. Race 8, scratch 9 and 10. Ninth race, no changes, race 9. Race number 10, number 8, Big Nipper, changing flip-flops to steel shoes up front. That's flip-flop to steel shoes up front. Those are all the changes that we have at this moment. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. And there's nothing to review in races 1 or 2. Let's get right to it. It's time to join our London Bureau Chief. We'll check in with our London Bureau Chief, Shannon Sugar Doyle. How are you doing there, buddy?
Yeah, we're doing great here from the Grand River Raceway Studios in London, Ontario. We're back for another area. All is well in London. We wrapped up our biggest and best night of racing with the Camluck Classic night on Friday. Big crowd on hand and wonderful show. All the horses and all the horse people. They put on one heck of a show here. A couple of track records and just one of my favorite nights of the season. But nice to dive right back in with Grand River Raceway at a brand new meet.
Yeah, and of course, we're going to have to remember how to handicap this 5/8 track because we learned last year it's significantly different here at Grand River now. And so we learned that the middle of the gate is perfectly fine, maybe even better than the inside, and the outside's not that bad as well.
And I love post 4, 5, 6, 7, Gary, and the speed horses. I'm not looking inside really.
Yeah, well, I understand that. Look, one more thing. You know, we talked last year about the London Knights and the Kitchener Rangers, so listen, you got to give it to me now. Come on.
Congratulations. That was quite a season ending for you there, pal.
Yeah, now we're on to new things here. We've got racing action tonight, and we're going to talk to you around about 8 minutes to post time. We're going to take a look at the Pick 5 and get things going and see if we can start off adding to someone's bankroll with a Pick 5 ticket from Shannon Sugar Doyle. We'll talk to you in a few.
Right on. Sounds great. Alrighty, welcome back to the show, everyone. You're watching a brand new race meet at Grand River Raceway kickoff this evening. 10 races on tap and a very popular pick five play getting set to start up in race number one. Lots of big fields throughout tonight's race card. Friday looks great. Monday, wow, what a race card drawn for today. 11 races, lots of big fields on the Monday evening as well. But tonight is opening night. Let's get a look at some pick five ticket ideas here. Starting up race number one, $5,000 guaranteed pool, pick five right here. And this is the way I'm leaning. In the opener, we're going to use number 4, Red Hot Power Play, Travis Cullen, going back on board for the trainer, Chris Bell. Got to use the 7, the Walters Nip. I've watched him lots in London, dating back to April and into May, where he's won 5 of 5. He's perfect coming in. Big Colt son of all bets off with big gate speed. Love his chances to start up this pick five play at Grand River Raceway. Over to race 2, we're on the 1, Barracuda Hanover, and the 3 Stroker. 1-3-3-1. A great exactor box play there in the second race. Third race on the evening, one of the more wide open races on tonight's card. I've gone 6 deep using odd numbers, all the odd numbers, as well as the 4. Watch Me Dance. Hollerworth on board there for Grand River Raceway action this evening. Over into the 4th race, we're on the 5, Beach Keeper. And then from the trailing spot, number 9, Glen E. Mack. And over into race number 5, we'll try 1, Santa Fe's Appetite, another strong player for Cullen. 5, Ladies from Hell, the Queen of London, is down your way this evening. And number 8, Calico Seals, to an upset possibility there on the end of the pick five play. The way that ticket looks on the screen for 20 cents, $28.80.
Man, oh man, oh man. You must have wintered well. You got a big bankroll.
Oh, you know what? I don't want to miss. I mean, I want my best shot, right? So I've gone deep in one of those races, and I'm going to stick to it. But how about you, getting away from Walter's Nip?
No, there's a mistake in there. It's the 7,
Okay.
7 alone. Somehow
Gotcha.
I don't know. So actually, if you want to change that, it is Walter's Nip just alone. I went all in on Walter's Nip. Somehow, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well, I did use the 4 as a backup, but I thought you might have gotten some inside info.
No. So if the video team wants to go in and alter that, just so people aren't thinking, what's Gary doing? I mean, they think that anyway, but Walter's Nip all alone, and I didn't go with the coverage, but certainly that can be a good idea in there. Then in the second race, 3, 1, and 5. So I have your top 2, but I added number 5, Count on Gord, Chris Matthews. That's a horse that shows some decent speed, and we'll see what he's got coming in from Mohawk. In the third race, you went 6 deep. I said, how about just 2 deep, 1 and 9. Yeah, you might be right to go a little wider, and that's what ran up your ticket, but I'm, cheap, $9.60. And race number 4, well, we see it the same way. We both went 5-9, so it's Beach Keepers and Glen E. Mack. And then in the 5th race, I went 4 deep in there, so I have the 1, 2, 5, and 6. Well, now the 6 is scratched, so now I'm down to 3 deep in there, so that makes my ticket even a little bit cheaper. I believe would be chopped down $4.80, I think is how that works out. Let me just see. 3 times 2 is 6, 12, 36, $7.20 is the ticket now. $7.20, math on the fly. But I did not use the 8 Calico Sealster. We'll see how that works. And now it'll be post position 7 too, with that scratch of Tall Dark Latte in the 5th race. But
hey,
you know what?
Look, that 7. 7's your single, baby.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, look, I just think that clearly that's the one to beat, but I like the idea of having some coverage, especially when you get one off of an 8th place finish last time out. Might deter some people, and what's the odds right now? Sitting at 4-1, so that could be a right idea. Look at that money. I must have driven some money to Rasputin. Geez, people shouldn't be following that closely to what I have to say, because maybe they're newbies. Maybe they're newbies.
Well, you know what? Connolly likes the chances for Rasputin in the opener. He's gone 4 deep. He's deepest of all in the opening leg, Gary. He's opening up his wallet
Yeah,
on this early pick five.
maybe
1479.
it'd be great if Scooter could kick off the meet with a win here. Scooter Gimlet. Listen, we're going to have a
Wouldn't that
post
be
parade, and
something?
you know what? Then we're going to come back and talk some more on this first race coming up right after the post parade, Sugar.
Perfect.
Field for race number 1 is on post parade, and 1 is Rasputin. It is Scooter Gimlet for James Dean. Number 2 is Moment Tom Pretty Colliers for Daryl Roberts and Rachel Roberts. Number 3 is Pouncing Panther Austin Surrey for Bill Shaw and Patricia Gibb. Number 4 is Red Hot Power Play, Travis Cullen for Chris Bell and Alan Melnick. Number 5, Invincible Hanover, Paul McKenzie for Patrick Hunt. Number 6, Twin B Cabo, Jay Harris for Paul Cameron and J. Marion, Annalise and Charlotte Cameron. Number 7, Walter's Nip, Tyler Borth for Frank Baker Jr. 8 is Salzburg Rodeo, Daryl Thiessen for Joshua McGibbon and Paul Batter and M&S Racing. And number 9 is Better Talker, Travis Henry for Chris Haskell and Don Scholdice. It's a field of 9 for race number 1. Let's get a look at this field. We'll start with number 7, Walter's Nip. And Shannon was just talking with the video team. I did accidentally send them the 1 instead of the 7. I wanted the 7, Walter's Nip. But you know, sometimes when you accidentally make a mistake, I used to be a mutual seller at the beginning of this horse racing career. And when you'd give somebody the wrong ticket and then realize it, and you'd still have plenty of time to change it, they'd say, no, just leave it as is. So we'll see what happens to the one. But I
Right,
did like 7 Walters
right.
Nip.
I've heard that one before. You make a wrong bet, and I brought it back to the wicket as well back in the day, where they say you really wanna switch it back, and then they say keep it, you know. But you know what? I know this horse well from London, Gary. I watched him win 5 straight. He's perfect. Coming in for his Grand River Raceway debut. Big strapping son. All bets off. I love post 7 at Grand River Raceway, especially with gate speed, and this one's got plenty of it. The wins in London, Gary, he's done quite easy. You know, he's faced a challenger or two up and around 3/4, but he just drives on always. So until they can crack the code on this fella, I'm going to keep backing him.
Yeah, or at least until he has to move up and face tougher. But he's faced this level, and it hasn't been close. And post 7 is no reason on this track to go against him. That'll give him a nice
No.
straight run into the first turn. But you did like number 7, Red Hot Power Play, and it was a play onto your high 5, just taking a shot in case the 7 Walters Nip is able to get nipped here. And Red Hot Power Play, Travis Cullen.
Yeah, he was pretty good with us in London through the month of May. He got beat by a head by Right Line. Then he got beat by Walters Nip, who's going to face here again tonight. Walters Nip was on the lead throughout, and this made a move through the final half, was able to get third. And then last time out over the big track, nothing doing for him, but he reunites with Cullen, leaving from the center. I'm going to watch for him to show some gate speed here, maybe to find a 2-hole ride behind the even money choice Walters Nip.
Yeah, and so those are your top 2, and then your third one. And by the way, we're both in agreement on the 4 horses. Twin Peak Cabo.
Yeah, Twin B Cabo. You know, there's not a whole lot of gate speed to be had just yet, but did get around Woodbine Mohawk Park last season, 54-3 in his rookie season as a 2-year-old. So Twin B Cabo, I think there's lots to like here, and just maybe the change in scenery coming back to the river, the 5/8 track, you know, and post 6. Like I said, if I got speed horses or want some speed, I want post 4, 5, 6, or 7 here tonight.
And there is Twin B Cabo heading back. There's Paul Cameron just checking up some equipment, had some problems. And Paul's a pretty capable trainer, and it was a very quick fix and ready to rock and roll. And how about 9, Better Talker?
Not an easy spot to win from on any smaller track in Ontario. It's pretty good at Woodbine Mohawk Park, post 9, but on a half-miler and here at Grand River, post 9, a tough post to overcome, especially with a speed type horse. Been a winner of his latest 2, but he's been on the front for both of those. No shot of making front from where he's leaving tonight.
Yeah, one thing I think we've noticed, post 9 is more difficult here because even though the inside leaves out, a lot of the ones in the middle of the track can outleave the 1, and then you're kind of shuffled back because the 1 does not get away quite as well in terms of compared to a half-mile track.
I talked to some drivers from last season about what it's like to leave inside there, 1, 2, and even 3. Action gets tight going into the turn because when those speed balls are leaving from the center right behind the car and outside, the action gets tight. So it's kind of tough for those inside horses to get forwardly placed, Gary.
Yeah, which is kind of counterintuitive to horse racing, but we've seen that
Right.
play out, so we understand that. And look, right now the 7 is getting the money, Walters Nip. It's going to be the first dash. And any other thoughts? I mean, look, there's the money is pretty clearly on that 7, and your second one, and my second one, Red Hot Power Play, is at least 7-2.
My final thoughts, my final word, I can't believe the 7 is even money. I thought that horse would be 3-5 at best in here. Action might come late for him, Gary.
I think people are just misunderstanding. They're probably discounting post 7, and I would think you don't need to discount post 7 here at Grand River at all.
I love post 7 for this horse. Let's go.
Rock and roll. First dash, first of 10 on a Wednesday evening to kick off our racing season at the river. We are gathered at the river, and the horses are gathered up behind the gate. Rasputin, Momentum, Pouncing Panther, Center, Red Hot Power Play, Invincible Hanover. To the outside, Twin Peak Cabo, Walters Nip, and Salisbury Rodeo. And the second tier, Better Talker. It's a field of 9. It's race number 1. Field 4, race number 1 is in the backstretch. And the field is at the start and the rough, and down the center of the track, getting out well. Walter's Nip is also driving with Twin Bee Cabo. Invincible ahead of her. Twin Bee Cabo and Invincible ahead of her. Walter's Nip is third away. Rasputin is fourth, and then Red Hot Power Play. Better Talker is sixth, then Pouncing Panther. Moment Tom. Salzburg Rodeo is trailing. Twin Bee Cabo and Jay Harris driving to make the lead, but now still pressing on the outside. Walter's Nip, Invincible ahead of her, and Paul McKenzie is on the inside racing position third. As they work their way off the turn of the field, comes on towards us. Off a 27-1 opening quarter, Walter's Nip now is able to glide up and take the lead, and Walter's Nip did drop down to 1-2 on the board, is in front of Twin Bee Cabo. Then driving on the outside is Red Hot Power Play. To the inside is Invincible ahead of her. They work their way on around the turn, and now to the outside, Better Talker has moved up and is moving on the back of Red Hot Power Play. Still hauling to fourth right now is Invincible ahead of her. Better Talker is racing fifth, and then it is Rasputin on the inside. Pouncing Panther to the outside. Second last is Salzburg Rodeo, and Moment Tom is trailing 56-2 the halftime. Walter's Nip has got the lead. Twin Bee racing second right now is Red Hot Power Play. Twin Bee Cabo is on the inside racing third. Better Talker is situated second over. Pouncing Panther fifth, and sixth now. Salzburg Rodeo dropping out of it is Invincible ahead over 3/4, 124-3. And Walter's Nip as the field turns for home. Red Hot Power Play set out wide now and charging late as they turn for home is Better Talker. Twin Bee Cabo is looking for the passing lane, and also driving late is Salzburg Rodeo. On down the stretch route they come, and Better Talker, Walter's Nip, and charging Salzburg Rodeo. It is Better Talker, Salzburg Rodeo finishing third. Walter's Nip, Red Hot Power Play is fourth. 154-1. We get an upset in race number 1, Sugar.
Who upset him? Number 9, Better Talker. I believe it's 13-1, and a big wrench into the opening leg of the early pick 5. Walter's Nip, I loved his chances to go to the lead. He got there, but he paid a price, Gary. He parked through that opening turn. Quick quarter, 27-1. He was able to back it down a bit through a half, 56-2, but you know what? These big 9-horse fields, they're going to be coming out of the woodwork tonight, I would assume, when they turn for home. I don't think any lead is safe tonight at the river.
Yeah, and Twin Bee Cabo did leave just inside of Walter's Nip and carried him a little further than Tyler Borth would have liked, and that opened the door. And we only didn't like Better Talker because of the trailer post, but kudos to Travis Henry working out a second over trip.
Yeah, I believe it was just that first quarter speed battle in the early going. I mean, Twin Bee Cabo would touch down on the lead. Took quite a bit of the sting from Walter's Nip. I mean, he did a pretty good job to finish up there in the top 3. I think he got nipped for the deuce by number 8, Salzburg Rodeo, who's a big number for Thiessen. But this 9, Better Talker, never better, right? Life Best 56-4 winner. And tonight, home and cooled here with Travis Henry up in 54-1. This track is lightning fast. I caught the qualifiers earlier on the YouTube, and they were flying at 2:30 this afternoon.
Yeah, we only didn't like Better Talker because of the trailer post, but got not
Right.
only second over, but got the cover of Red Hot Power Play, which is one that you liked, and raced well, but battled first up. And it was just a great job by Travis Henry. And, if you were worried about taking the outside post, you wound up with the 7, 8, and 9 on your ticket here in this Superfecta, and 9 Better Talker on top of it at a nice price. And there is a look at Better Talker back in front of us. Better Talker is a 4-year-old Better as Delight Bay gelding of Don Scholdes. Chris Haskell, the trainer. Travis Henry with the great steer on Better Talker. 3rd win this year. 4th lifetime. Better Talker, 154-1 for a new career mark. Note 9874 is official. We're just having some difficulty in posting the prices, but the top four, 9874 is official. The first race payouts: number 9, Better Talker, $29.90, $12.80 and $5, and 8, Salisbury Rodeo, $14.60 and $7.10, and 7, Walters Nip, $2.10, $2 Exactor, $404.10, dollar Try, $484. The dollar super is $1,597.65, and a 20-cent super of $319.53. Fans note, in race number 8, number 2, MVP Kamala has a missing line, and that missing line, May the 25th at Western Fair, a winner by a quarter of a length on the 25th. And note that the mile was 152 and 2. Fans disregard, there's no missing line on MVP Kamala. I'm off to a rocking start. The missing line is on 7, the 7th race, to Boot Hill Huddy, 152 and 2, a winner by a quarter of a length. 1/4 of a length. Boot Hill Huddy in 152 and 2, and Daryl Thiessen drove. The first race order of finish from the top is 786-495-321. That is 786-495-321 on the bottom. Second race is up next. Post time in 4 minutes.
Alrighty, welcome back to the show. Sugar Doyle joining you from the Grand River Raceway Studios in London, Ontario, getting set to get a look at the early pick 4 ticket. Now, we missed on the early pick 5 already. Upset in the opener, Better Talker at 13-1. Slick Steer by driver Travis Henry to put a new mark on that one. Only $479 live and in play from a big pot of $12,000 plus in that pick 5 pool. So let's now take a shot on this early pick 4. $2,500 guaranteed pool, low take. It's a go-to wager here at Grand River Raceway. I'm going to stay along the same lines as my pick 5 ticket idea. Again, the heavy favorite goes down to defeat in the opener. So here in race 2, I think we're okay with 1 and 3. Barracuda, Hanover, and Stroker. The 1 and 3, I think it's got to be one of those two to start up this early pick 4. I'm liking the exactor box factor for those two as well in race 2. The third race, it's where on God Deep is the ball. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9. The fourth race, on gate, number 5, Beach Keepers, and then from the trailing spot, the 9, Glen E. Mack. And if we get on over to race number 5, it's a fine-looking group of pacing mares. Santa Fe's Appetite on the Rail, Ladies from Hell at a post 5, and outside to 8, Calico Seal Stir. $14.40 to play along with that 20-cent ticket idea is showing on the broadcast right now. One more ticket idea here. It's Gary Guy with his early pick 4 selections. He's liking 1, 3, and 5 here in the opening leg. His top selection being a number 3 Stroker. Over into the third for Gary. He's on the 1 and 9, much too young for you. And Blue Star Sapphire. Blue Star Sapphire coming in off a sharp win over London in the latest. Fourth race for Gary. He's on the 5 and 9 as well. Beach Keepers, Glen E. Mack, and on the end of it, 40. Deepest of all for Gary in the fourth and final leg of the pick 4 play. He's using the 1, 2, 5, and 6. Though his top selection is the Queen of London, that being 5, Ladies from Hell, with Garrett Rooney on board for Team Sumner. Only $9.60 to play along with Gary's early pick 4. And one final ticket to get a look at here. Friend of the show, Connolly Ecclestone, Indigo for an early pick 4. He's staying inside in race 2. 1, 2, and 3, Barracuda, Hanover, outrun the odds, and Stroker. 1, 3, and 4 for Connolly in the third. He singles up. Number 1, Philly Stranger. Sam Filion listed for Determination out of Quebec, the trainer Luke Blay. And on the end of it for Connolly, went to 2, 3, and 5. Love on Me, Lola's Sunshine, Ladies from Hell. Connolly enjoys taking a shot, chasing after some long shot players on his multi-leg wagers. Only $5.40 to play along with Connolly's early pick 4 at the River.
Field on post parade for race number 2. 1 Barracuda Hanover Brady Colliers for Jack Darling and Bradley Grant. Number 2 is Outrun the Odds. Travis Culliver, Jody Cullen, and Robert Jones. Number 3 is Stroker Austin Surrey for Gary Rive and Ashley and Matthew Rive Bohannock. Number 4 is Always Too Hot. Garrett Rooney for Kathy Chikeen. Number 5, Count on Gord. Chris Matthews drives and trains. Sharing in ownership is Desmond Scott and Frank Brundle and Lyons Brothers Stable. Number 6, Sansucci. Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. And number 7 is John Hill, Damien McClellan for Dwayne Marfisi and Albert Plummer and Ian Kerr. Field of 7, race number 2. Let's get a look at this field. Starts the pick 4. We're just a couple minutes away. And, well, we'll start with number 3, Stroker and Sugar. This is a horse that's been really good at Flamborough when went over at Western Fair and was able to keep it going.
Right on. Over in London, 53-4 speed off a very nice mile by the rider. We've seen him at the river before, but the Stroker, for me, gets a big shot with these. 53-4, May the 12th. Then come back to be second best, 55-1 behind YS Delight against a bit tougher competition in the latest. Austin Sorey goes back on board for trainer Gary Rive Stroker. Getting a great shot here. 8-5, like his chances and love that price.
And if you look back at Flamborough, he was in non-winners at 3 and holding his own. And this is a drop. This is a non-winners at 2. So I've really liked Stroker, and I think Gary Rive has done a good job. But this is also a horse that's really come into his own as a 4-year-old. Showed some nice flashes last year, but I think he's been much stronger and more consistent now at 4.
You're right. And, I mean, with 4 straight runner-up finishes, this horse is begging to get his picture taken. He's sitting on a win here, Gary.
Well, if he's going to get his picture taken, he might have to get the better of Barracuda Hanover, because that's one that won at Flamborough last race off of a long winter layoff.
Barracuda Hanover, colt son of Bulldog Hanover for co-owner trainer Jack Darling. He loves his Bulldogs. Brady Colliers. I believe this would be his first drive ever at Grand River Raceway. No, he was in the opener with Momentum, finished off the ticket, but Brady was looking forward to Grand River Raceway this summer. He come up from Ohio to race in London and Flamborough through the winter months, and we asked him, "Are you sticking around for the summer?" He says, "I am, and I'm looking forward to Grand River Raceway." Clinton, another summer track that he was looking forward to. He was competing there this past Sunday. So Brady's a very nice addition to the driver colony here on the B tracks of Ontario.
Very competitive, and he'll have this horse. Of course, any horse sent up at Jack Darling will be ready to rock and roll. Barracuda Hanover is getting just a little more money than Stroker. How about number 5, Count on Gord?
Yeah, I can use this horse in the Tri and Superfecta. I don't think he can compete with my top 2. Wow, he's a looker. Gallatin, a better than Cheddar here for co-owner, trainer, driver, Chris Matthews. You know what? I might bump him up a spot. Maybe he can contend for a spot in the exactor. I like his look, nice and loose and kind of full of himself here with the head up in the air, and yeah, this might be the Beware horse angle.
Yeah, I threw him in on that dead pick 5 because we got blown out, both of us. And look, now into the pick 4. And I'm willing to count on Chris Matthews. And John Hill, if there's a sleeper in here, look at John Hill last December at Flamborough was in a non-winners at 3. The class above this one, and was able to wire the field from post 6. This is one that had 6 wins last year, just getting rolling this year, 5th one of the season. Dwayne Marfisi's been a capable trainer over the years.
Right on, and Damien McClellan knows this horse well. We had him in London mid-May, where he finished 457 back quarter in 28-3. It's a tough spot for him, but a shot at the Superfecta, I'd give him that. I can't give him a shot at hitting the top 2.
Yeah,
but a top 3 or 4 finish possibly for this John Hill, a son of Sunshine Beach.
some might be looking at the qualifier, 2 minutes and three, and thinking, well, I don't think he goes with these. That's a qualifier. And sometimes, some guys just say,
Yeah.
just get him qualified. Don't worry. I mean, there's no check for how fast you go.
That was just a training mile, Gary. Didn't get paid for it,
No.
but got him back to the races, which is where we'll see him tonight, right behind the gate, the outside gate, post 7. Number 3, Stroker. Gary, at 2-1, this horse is, for me, absolutely the best value on the board.
I was anticipating you going to Barracuda Hanover. Jack Darling certainly gets a lot of attention, and deservedly so. And the money is there. So Stroker's the value at 2-1. We'll see if that's the way it plays out, or if we'll have another upset. The 1 and 3 are getting all the money here in the second dash, and it's
No upset. Yeah. No upset.
No upsets. Well, Barracuda Hanover outrun the odds. It's a horse race. Stroker always too hot, and Count on Gord to the outside. Sansucci and John Hill. It is a field of 7. The second dash on a Wednesday night as we are gathered at the river. Field 4, race number 2. Nearing the start. And the rough. Count on Gord is going to blast out with Stroker. Then Barracuda Hanover on the inside is going to get out third, outrun the odds, and then it is back to Always Too Hot. Then Sansucci and John Hill. But Count on Gord and Chris Matthews now is going to glide up and clear to the front as they race to the opening quarter. But now Stroker doesn't want to sit in the pocket. Is going to come back around Count on Gord. Stroker fell to 3-5, and Count on Gord is taking back and is going to be sitting in the pocket on the back of the favorite Stroker as they race off the turn. Barracuda Hanover is on the inside third. 27-2 is that opening quarter in the field. Races their way on towards us. And position fourth is Outrun the Odds, working in front of Always Too Hot. Then it is back to Sansucci and John Hill. 27 2/4 in the field, heads towards the half. And it is Stroker and Austin Sorry with the lead. Count on Gord, 18-1, sits in the pocket. Barracuda Hanover is positioned to third. Then Outrun the Odds and Always Too Hot. And then on the outside, John Hill. And Sansucci is trailing. And there goes Barracuda Hanover now. Barracuda Hanover is moving up on the outside. 55-3 lively half. But Stroker is stroking strongly, and it is Stroker. Barracuda Hanover is racing second and is a length and a quarter back, and then racing third is Always Too Hot. Count on Gord has dropped back to fourth. Stroker continues on. Stroker, Barracuda Hanover, and Always Too Hot, and Count on Gord. Then Outrun the Odds and John Hill and Sansucci off 3/4 of 123-4. It is Stroker as they turn for home, and Stroker and Austin Sorry on fire on down the stretch drive, leads by about 2.5. Stroker is sharp and is just going to stride out confidently at the finish and take it. Barracuda Hanover, Always Too Hot, and Count on Gord, 152-2. Stroker was stroking in the second.
You know what? That's 2 races in. That's 2 lifetime best. And we mentioned Stroker off of 4 straight runner-up finishes. He was begging to get his picture taking. Yeah, he's going to get that here this evening. New life best, 152-2. Austin Sorry. I love the way he started that race. He let the long shot go because he didn't want Brady sitting behind in the pocket. He wanted a long shot in the pocket, made Brady come first up and challenge on the backside. So, you know what? So some pretty good game of chess there in the early going for Austin in getting this Stroker home and cool.
Yeah, sometimes just that a little bit of patience early. You don't have to win the race early. You got to win it right there, and winning it by about 4. But and Austin Sorry certainly, look, he's put up 322 driving average on the season. He's won a few races, 180 or so on the season. But I just mentioned, like, Stroker has been just getting better and better and better. I'm not sure where the bottom yet is. This 4-year-old is really coming into himself, and now there is the career best.
I wasn't sure what we were going to see from him on the lead because I know he had the lead with you at Flamborough back in mid-April, and he gave it up late to Arson Sealster, but he handled the lead just fine tonight. Stroker. Austin Sorry, you mentioned a great average, and he's been to the winner's circle lots this season. Winningest driver in all of Canada. Dash winning driver leader for Canada in the 2025 season was Austin Sorry.
Yeah, and you know what, Stroker might be a regular here, or you know what? I mean, he shows so much they might take another shot. Last time they tried him, quote downtown, it didn't go well, but the way he's racing right now, it might be next on the agenda for Stroker.
He's fitting well at the river right now. How about G Money? Garrett Rooney showing up in third at 50 to 1.
Yeah,
Garrett's
that
with us
adds
for a few
nicely.
drives tonight.
It's a 3-1-4-5. We get that 50 to 1 third with Always Too Hot. Back in front of us is number 3 Stroker and Austin Sorry, the winning drive. 4-year-old Panther Hanover Brown gelding by Gary Rive and Ashley and Matthew Rive Bohanna. Gary Rive, the trainer, 5th win this year, 7th lifetime Stroker and Austin Sorry shaking race number 2. Second race, number 3 Stroker, 320, 210, 210. 1 Barracuda Hanover, 210, 210. 4 Always Too Hot, 390. $2 exactor, $4. Dollar try, 16.40. The dollar super, 40.50. 20-cent super is 8.10. Double of 9 and 3, 78.90. The second race over a finish from the top is a 261-3475. That's 261-3475. field on post parade for the third one. Much too young for you, Austin Sorry, for Ryan Stewart and Calvin Kepfer. Number 2 is Bargain Bid. Garrett Rooney for Francis Guillemette and Sonia Jolly. Number 3 is Beach Journey. Guy Gagnon drives for Frederick Gagnon. He is also the trainer. Number 4 is Watch Me Dance, Tyler Borth for Michael Pattison. 5 is Solid as a Brick House, Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington and Max Stable. Number 6, Chasing Rainbow, Scotty Calder for Mike Wiatnioski, Laureen Ray and Vince Southern. Number 7, Kelly's Chase, Sammy Filia for Jacob Roberts. Number 8 is Cool Cute Cookie. Malik Smith drives and trains for Michelle Letarte and Verinder Gill. Number 9 is Blue Star Sapphire. Dave Kelly drives and trains in partners with Donald and Daniel McDougall. Full field of 9. Scratch the also eligible. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, in this third dash, you went to number 1, Much Too Young for You. And this is a 4-year-old mare that's not too young for you. 7 wins on the season.
Is a 7-time winner. I think you got the one on top. I went for a big bomber in here, Geary. And it's
right.
The one you're looking at. You're looking at the one on the screen right now. That is number 7, Kelly's Chase.
There you go. You know what?
Yeah.
I have you on the right side of the page and me on the left. And then for some reason, I thought that you were the liberal on the left.
Oh, great.
You're the conservative on the right.
Yeah.
Actually, I got to write us both on the right side of the page if I go by political leaning, but we don't talk politics, just horses.
Never.
But 25 to 1.
Let's talk Kelly's Chase. I do like the chances here. Was bet down to 2 to 1 in the latest, that being a return race after missing a couple of months. So I'm hoping for a better beginning for this daughter of Mystery Chase. She did get to victory lane over what they call the Track on 2 in Alberta. Now, that's a big mile track. It's not a quick track, and that's why you're seeing a 2:03 and a piece victory for that one. Jacob Roberts had a couple of winners over the weekend, and when his barn heats up, I'm thinking, why not play the rest of them in the barn? So that's my angle. I saw Jacob Roberts score with a 46 to 1 bomber over Woodbine Mohawk Park on the weekend. So here you're getting 25 to 1. Jacob Roberts, why not?
And if you're looking at that March 8th line, listen, when you look at the speed, he's sitting in the pocket, and he doesn't need to go faster. He's just letting the front runner go. But then when he pulls out, he came home in 28 and 3. So when you look at those first 3 fractions, it's just that the driver was not prepared yet to pull out Kelly's Chase. But when he did, rock and roll. I would love it if you score here at a price just to kick off this Wednesday evening. Number 3, Beach Journey, is also a bit of a price, 7 to 1. Was a winner at Flamborough last race. And look, when it says that track was sloppy, yeah, it was sloppy at -3. Full marks for being off 3 seconds. 10-time winner last year.
You know what, Guy Gagnon? No more Rito Carlton, right? So Guy Gagnon, this could be his track, the river. He knows the 5/8 well over at Rito Carlton, a leading trainer driver there for many years. And Beach Journey, he's going to put him near the lead, if not on it, in here. And as you mentioned, the price is pretty good here at 5 to 1. Keep an eye on Guy in the weeks ahead here at the river.
Yeah, and don't be worried about that time of the mile. That track was way off. And in fact, they only raced 2 races that night. That was the first race, and then they canceled the rest of the card. So
monsoon-like conditions.
Oh, absolutely. And well, how about let's go to that number 9, Blue Star Sapphire, and Dave Kelly.
She's kind of a front end speed type horse. I can't pick her to win because she doesn't pass horses through her chart line. She doesn't pass them. But she can certainly lead a field, but no shot of leading this bunch tonight from the trailing spot.
We got to talk about one much too young for you because I threw this one on top. I was willing to overlook that last race.
Going back to the barn of trainer Ryan Stewart, had 3 victories with this horse late April and into May. You got to like the chances with Austin Sorry to hit for a double.
Your horse is sitting at 14-1. I got the
Let's
2-1
go!
favorite. Much too young for you. Bargain Bid and Beach Journey on the inside. Watch Me Dance. Solid as a brick house in the center. The outside. Chasing Rainbows. Kelly's chasing. Cool, cute Cookie in the second tier. Blue Star Sapphire. It's a field of 9 for race number 3. Field is in the backstretch. Gathering speed. Field for the third. All in position. And they're off, and leaving out strongly right now is Chasing Rainbows, and also getting out is Solid as a Brick House. Beach Journey, center of the track, much too young for you. Bargain Bid is 5th away. Cool Cute Cookie, Blue Star Sapphire, Watch Me Dance, and Kelly's Chase is going to have to chase from the trailing spot. Beach Journey and Geek Agnon 8-1's got the lead now over the 4-5, much too young for you. Solid as a Brick House is 3rd, and Bargain Bid is racing 4th, and then Chasing Rainbow. Strong opening quarter of 26-4, put about by Beach Journey as the field comes on towards us. Much too young for you. Solid as a Brick House, and Bargain Bid is racing 4th, and 5th is Chasing Rainbows, and then it is Blue Star Sapphire. Position 6th now. Cool Cute Cookie will stay on the inside as Watch Me Dance is going to dance on the outside and gain a bit of ground. And now Kelly's Chase is starting to give chase, has popped out, but still trailing. Up to the half they go. 56 flat of a 26-4 opening quarter. And Beach Journey has the lead. Much too young for you is racing to the outside now. Is going to come on quickly and challenge. Much too young for you is able to grab the lead from Beach Journey. Solid as a Brick House on the outside is 3rd. And racing for this Chasing Rainbows. And then Bargain Bid is going to be blocked on the inside on the back of Beach Journey, who's fading. Center of the track is Watch Me Dance. And then Blue Star Sapphire. Kelly's Chase is now 7th. So still with a lot of work to do, and then Cool Cute Cookie. 3/4 was 124-4 off of 56.5, and much too young for you. At the field turns for home. Solid as a Brick House is 2nd, Chasing Rainbows, and Watch Me Dance, and then Kelly's Chase on down the stretch drive they come. Much too young for you, and Solid as a Brick House. Much too young for you is still a bit of work to do, but is going to hold on to it. Chasing Solid as Brick House and win it by half a length, and then Watch Me Dance and Chasing Rainbows 154-1. Well, the favorite scores here in the third did end up dropping down to low on the board. I'm having trouble reading the tote board, but it's not a happy price.
Probably a fairly low price for Much Too Young for You. Reuniting with trainer Ryan Stewart, we mentioned, had 3 straight victories with the mare late April and into May over London. That's the 8th victory already in her 4-year-old season, and she's going to be another one going home with a new speed badge tonight, Gary. 154-1, never better.
They're all just flying around this track, and
it's a fast one.
Much too young for you. Got a little bit leg weary, but really honest fractions. And then Solid as a Brick House, one that was good earlier this meet at Flamborough, but it's kind of fallen off. I'm not surprised came back on because that's one sent up by Shane Barrington, who's had a lot of success this year. Hasn't quite gone yet Shane's way, but I think it will.
Yeah, I remember Shane last season here at the River. Enjoyed lots of success. Jason Ryan, another driver to be looking for here at the River as well. He gets along just great here. But Austin Sorry driving for an early double on the card. Put this one in play early and made the winning move onto the backside final time. And just enough to hold on. Again, 3 races in and 3 lifetime best after over this fast 5/8 mile track.
Yeah, you took your shot with Kelly's Chase, and I admire taking a shot, but they might have been looking more for the flat line, and that's one you better mark down for next time and see if you can get back in on this one.
Yeah, I'd hate to chase a horse this week and then have it show up next week and not be there, so I'll be looking for it next time.
It's a 1-5-4-6, top 4 on the board. Back in front of us, number 1, Much Too Young for You, a 4-year-old flame-proof Hanover Bay mare. Owned by Calvin Kepfer, trained by Ryan Stewart. It's the 8th win this year, 13th lifetime. Austin Sorey victorious, mile of 154 and 1 for a new career best. And back-to-back driving wins for Austin Sorey, taking races 2 and 3. The third race payouts: 1, much too young for you, 370, 250, 210. 5, solid as a brick house, 470, 330, and 4, watch me dance, 560. $2 exactor, 1320. Dollar try, 39.75. Dollar super, 250, 485. 20-cent super, 50.97. The third race over a finish from the top: 179, 324, 586. That's 179, 324, 586 on the bottom.
Submissions are now open for the 2026 Youth Contest presented by the Bill Galvin Racing Alliance. Kids can win cash prizes and a VIP night at the horse races. To enter the Youth Literary Derby, write a story or poem about anything related to standardbred horses. The Youth Literary Derby is open to students in grades 3 to 8 as of June 1st. To enter the Youth Art Derby, draw or sketch anything related to standardbred horses. The Youth Literary Derby is open to students in grades 3 to 12 as of June 1st. The deadline to enter both contests is August 31st. Visit our website for more information and inspiration.
Field on post parade for race number 4. 1 is Philly Stranger, Sammy Fillion for Luke Blay. Number 2 is Jet Out Early, Travis Cullen for Jeffrey Thompson. Number 3 is Ride the Bull, Travis Henry for Francis Dumichel and Marissa Snyder. And number 4 is Category, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. Number 5, Beachkeepers, Guy Gagnon for Jeremy Marcotte. Number 6 is Unforgiven, Jay Heworth for Jeff Williams and Tyrone Valley Farms. Number 7, D.A. Galloway, Brady Colliers for Vic Putty and Mike Horwood. 8 is You're a Strange Animal, Mike Horner for William Corbett and John Davidson. And note, absent from parade, 9, Glennie Mack, Jason Ryan for Jacob Roberts. We'll get to that one in a moment. But first up, Sugar, let's get to number 5, Beachkeepers, Right now, 9-5 on the board. We'll see if Beachkeepers keeps that favorite status, but is the favorite right now.
Yeah, I like him as a speed threat, and he's leaving from a great post 5, almost right behind the car. Well, pretty much right there. And we saw Guy in race number 3 send a horse to the lead, Beach Journey. I mean, maybe a little too quick for that horse, 26 and 4 to the quarter. But here's a younger Colt Son of Sunshine Beach, third best in the latest at a big number. But with that 56 and 3 mile over Flamborough, I mean, that's got to be 55 at least here at the river.
Yeah, and we talked about that last race being wide open, and it didn't end up turning out that way. But oftentimes,
Mm-hmm.
in a maiden class, nominators of 3,000 life, they can be very wide open because horses improve a lot from a first to a second start or some first-time starters. In this one, we've got two first-timers, the 2 and 3, and a bunch of other horses. Not a lot of horses with a lot of action this year, some that started last year and some that didn't, but I think it makes it fairly wide open.
I agree, 100%. I mean, I looked at the third, and I did mention one of the more wide open races on the night. Well, this fourth race could be described the same way. I mean, beyond the 5, you're getting pretty good prices on the remainder of the field.
Yeah.
7-5 for the 5. Beach Keepers. You know what? I'd be in search of a price player.
Yeah, and these are often the
with
kind of
this
races.
class.
Yeah, these are the kind of races you want to go against a favorite. Not because anything
Yeah.
against the favorite, just why take 3-2 because they're maidens and things happen. So your one and my second one would be Glennie Mac.
Lenny Mack, yeah, coming in from Woodbine Mohawk Park, does show 54, 55 speed there. So I'm thinking 56, 57 over the river. But there's so many that are coming in off of qualifiers here, and we have no idea if they're capable of going a 55 or 56 mile tonight. You mentioned first-time starters. Well, the 2 and 3, that's their story. So I can wholeheartedly agree with you here. No horse. I'm going to say this right now. No horse in this race should be 3-5. It's what we're seeing right now in the 5.
Yeah, so then you take your shot, and Glennie Mac is one of those shots, and certainly has already flashed speed. How about number 2, Jet Out Early? We're talking about a first-time starter, but with 3 qualifiers. Look at some of those quarters.
Right. Like first time behind the gate, late April, 27 and 3. Kicker on the end of the qualifying mile to be 4th. So this horse has been behind the gate many times.
Yeah. And that
over
was
the last month or so. So big, tall son of Cattle Wash here, 12-1. I like the look, and Cullen on board. Why not?
And that was also a 56-2 back half. That 27-3 came after a 28-4. So good.
Right.
And also see the next time out put in the big middle half of 56-3. So we know the speed is there. We know this one just might jet out. Hasn't been showing early speed, but certainly has flashed some speed overall. How about number 3, Ride the Bull, another first-time starter?
A Bulldog Hanover, right? Travis Henry on board here. We've seen him in the winner's circle for the upset in race number 1. You're getting 17-1 here. Another one with a pretty good kicker on the end of the qualifying mile. May 22nd over the big track, Francis Dumichel. Travis Henry pairing up here. And again, no horse. I don't believe any horse is worth 3-5 in here. Look for a price. Search for a price here late.
On the bottom of my ticket, I went to Philly Stranger because it's Sammy Filia and Luke Belay, and that was enough for me at least to use somewhere on the ticket.
Right on. Luke Belay, I'm going to watch a few of his babies tomorrow morning at Woodbine Mohawk Park, and looking forward to that. But look forward to the 4th here coming up. Take it away, Gary.
Field of 9 for the 4th race, and they're getting into the backstretch. We have a field of horses and geldings, maidens, purse of $8,000 nearing the start. Field 4, race number 4, in position. They're at the start of the round, and Beachkeepers is going to blast out early. Beachkeepers jet out early, is flashing that early speed, and is racing second right now. And then D.A. Galloway, Philly Stranger. Glennie Mack is fifth away. Then it is Ride the Bull in category. And then You're a Strange Animal and Unforgiven was a bit tardy at the start and is back trailing the field. Beachkeepers on the board at even money and has got the lead right now for Guy Gagnon. Jet out early is right there filling the pocket for Travis Cullen. 28-3 opening quarter as they work their way off the turn. D.A. Galloway's on the inside and up and driving on the outside now and going to force the issue is Philly Stranger. It is Beachkeepers and Philly Stranger the top two now. Jet out early. Glennie Mack is on the outside racing fourth and D.A. Galloway is fifth down to the inside. Off that 28-3 opening quarter, the field heads their way on up towards the half, and racing sixth is Ride the Bull. Seventh is Category, and then it is back to You're a Strange Animal and Unforgiven. And on down the backstretch, they go off a half of 57-2, and Beachkeepers is trying to keep the lead, but Philly Stranger at 2-1 is only about 3/4 of a length back. And on the inside, Jet Out Early is getting a nice ride on the back of Beachkeepers, and then positioned to fourth, and that is Glennie Mack as they hustle on up to 3/4, but Beachkeepers keeps the lead. Advantage is about a length right now over Philly Stranger. Jet Out Early is getting a lovely trip. 3/4, 125-2. Glennie Mack is fourth, and Ride the Bull is way back fifth, but the top four have separated. And as the field turns for home, Beachkeepers might have to deal with Jet Out Early. Philly Stranger has also got a solid shot at it as they come on down the stretch drive. Philly Stranger on the outside, Beachkeepers in the center. Up the inside is Jet Out Early. Philly Stranger is going to win. Beachkeepers second, Jet Out Early third, then Glennie Mack and You're a Strange Animal 154-1. Philly Stranger. Luke Blais, no stranger to the winner's circle.
Yeah, Philly Stranger. An adventurous trip, really. Showed lots of greenness throughout. A little bumpy behind the gate prior to the start, and then when Sammy moved this son of Tall Dark Stranger in front of the grandstand, he had him out in about the 3 wide pass. So still kind of green, but able to get there tonight. 154-1. That's a big trip. Big trip for this one. Again, going up for determination out of Quebec. Sam Fillion on board. You mentioned a lovely trip there for number 2, Jet Out Early. I don't think the big son of Calawash wanted to go up that passing lane too badly late in the mile, but wanted to circle up for another occasion.
Yeah, he wanted to, what are we doing up here? We don't go to the inside, we go to the outside.
Right.
But, well,
probably never passed a horse on the inside during all of his training miles, making the first career start, and just didn't want to go up the inside there tonight. But a real nice learning curve for the son of Calawash.
The other thing, with this Philly Stranger, you look down the program and you see a lot of X's on the dance card. So Sammy was being probably understandably cautious with this one, that greenness and all those X's. So he managed to keep a good line on this one and got him home in front.
Yeah, he gave him lots of room, and I'm sure other horsemen in that race, other drivers were giving that colt lots of room as well. Because, lots of X's throughout the program lines, and still just trying to put it all together, but maybe he's done it. Maybe he's taken a big turn for the better here this evening. Again, that's a big mile to pick up a maiden score over the river. 154-1. They're flying, Gary.
And I told you, remember last year when you said how we compared to Woodbine and you looked at the speed of Glennie Mack? Woodbine and Grand River are not as far apart as people think in terms of speed.
Not at all. I mean, you've got there's 3 turns, right? And we've watched horses pace amazing miles over Grand River Raceway over the last couple of seasons since switching to the 5/8. Here's another winner, a fast mile at the river.
One that paced a good mile is one Philly Stranger, a 3-year-old Tall Dark Stranger bay gelding by determination, trained by Luke Blais. It's the first win for Philly Stranger, mile of 154-1. The fourth race payouts. 1 Philly Stranger, 630, 330, 220. 5 Beachkeepers, 240, 210. 2 Chatted Early, 280. $2 Exactor, $13.90. Dollar Try, $22.85. Dollar Super, $57.75. 20-cent Super, $11.55. Fourth race, so we finish from the tops of 137,829,654. That's 137,829,654 on the bottom. Field on Post Parade for race number 5. And one is Santa Fe's Appetite. Travis Color for Jody Cullen and A1 Staple. Number 2, Love on Me. Jason Ryan for Dave Holiday and Ben Holiday. Number 3, Lola Sunshine. Sammy Fillier for Scott McNiven and Bradley McNiven and Tom Broadhurst and Bradley Douglas. And number 4 is Ace 44 Lady. Paul McKenzie for Ken Fritch and Clayton Fritch and James Wilson and Rick Carrier. Number 5, Ladies from Hell. Garrett Rooney for Mike Sumner and Shay Sumner. Number 6, Tall Dark Latte. Brady Golliers for Melissa Loyer and Agron Vata. Number 7 is Kootenai Coco. It's Anthony Hahn for Meg Crone and Laverne Turnbull. 8 is Calico Sealster, Mark McDonnell for Joshua Kibben and Kim Smith. 9 is First of an Era, Austin Sorry for Ron McDonald and Brett McDonald and Hartwell Maintenance and Shen Go. Field of 9, race number 5. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, you've got an appetite for the inside horse here, Sugar, a horse coming in from Mohawk. We'll see how this one fares, but good final quarter in the last couple races.
Yeah, I think she gets a pretty good shot with these. She might have a bit of gate speed to work with, but I don't think it matters much from the inside. I can't see her getting away on the lead with these, but does show some pretty good quarters on the end of her miles through the month of May at the big track. 27-1 home in her latest 2 over that track. And again, when they switch over to the 5/8 track here, they're likely going to be facing some softer competition when coming from Woodbine Mohawk Park, right?
And this is one that made a bunch of money earlier in her career, $210,000. Took a mark of 50-3, but not showing that speed of late. We'll see how it works out here, but getting a lot of love at 3-5, and I anticipated this one getting a lot of love, so I went elsewhere. The one that you went to second, I went to G Money on top with Ladies from Hell, your second choice.
Well, she's the best value on the board right now, if you want to call it that. A second choice currently at 5-2. I mean, all the action is directed to the 1 and 5. But the Ladies from Hell, speaking of money earned, going over $400,000 recently in career earnings. Now into her 12-year-old season, already hit the winner's circle 6 times over London. Reigning pacing mare of the year 2 years in a row over London, and she's actually the overall reigning horse of the year as well. We call her the Queen of London, and the reason why is she hits the winner's circle so many times and gets along great with Garrett Rooney.
62 lifetime wins and 400,000, so lots of class. And I went to the class on top instead of one that I wasn't sure about with Santa Fe's Appetite. Also, you had an appetite for post position 8 in here, Calico Sealster.
Yeah, I figured if Mark McDonnell can find any early speed at all with this mare, she could slide on over to get a pretty good trip to grab a share of the try and or superfecta here. Worth a look as an upset possibility only in the try. I guess it's the high 5 play, so she's more than capable of hitting this high 5 ticket at the biggest number. She's the 40-1 longest shot on the board. One final thing in this, Gary.
Yes.
Connolly Ecclestone is live on the end of his early multi-leg wagers. He's live to the 2 and 5 here on the end of the pick 5 play.
Well, then we better discuss the 2 Love on Me, because we talked about Ladies from Hell. And look, this is one that you saw last time out, that Fillies and Mares Preferred first start of the year. Only a 5th, but that's a tough class.
It is a tough class, and still managed a 56-2 mile over London after missing 5 months of racing action. A 20-cent pick 5 for Connolly would return over $1,300 here should the 2 win, grabbing right on here for Jason Ryan.
Quick thought on the 6 horse. My second choice, Tall Dark Latte, is your 5th one.
Melissa Loyer. She had a great run over London this spring, and You've got to watch her with any one of her horses she's sending out. A great price, 15-1 currently for the 6 Tall Dark Latte.
Yeah, I went to the 5 and 6 and opted away from Santa Fe's Appetite. You had an appetite for the inside, 4 to 5. It's a field of 9, as you'd say. Let's go. It is that field of 9 moving on into the backstretch, and they're moving on into position. Field 4, race number 5. Nearing the start. They're at the start of the rough, and Ladies from Hell is going to come out devilishly quick. Also leaving Tall Dark Latte. Santa Fe's Appetite gets away third, then Levon B. First Venera on the inside. To the outside is Calico Sealster. Then it is back further to Lola's Sunshine, and Ace 44 Lady and Kootenai Coco is trailing the field, but Ladies from Hell is strong on top right now. Ladies from Hell 2 to 1 on the board. Tall Dark Latte at 10 to 1 is racing second. Santa Fe's Appetite dropped to 1 to 2 and is racing third. Solid opening panel, 26 and 4, and there is G Money and Ladies from Hell on top. In front of Tall Dark Latte by 4 with Santa Fe's Appetite third. First of an Hour is fourth in front of Love on Me. Then Lola's Sunshine, and back to Calico Sealster, Ace 44 Lady, and trailing the field is Kootenai Coco. They head up to a half off a 26 and 4 opening quarter. Ladies from Hell looking to pick up a second panel breather. In front of, on the inside, Tall Dark Latte. Now Santa Fe's Appetite has an appetite for closing ground on Ladies from Hell. 56 and 1 halftime. Santa Fe's Appetite has taken a big bite into the lead. Santa Fe's Appetite now sticks a nose in front. Ladies from Hell tries to rally on the inside. Santa Fe's Appetite and Ladies from Hell. Ladies from Hell is game and is fighting back and is only now has a share of the lead, and now has reclaimed a lead of a nose. 3/4 124, and it is Ladies from Hell and Santa Fe's Appetite, and Tall Dark Latte's getting a little closer. Would love to sweep both of them as the field turns for them. Those three have separation as the field turns for them, and fourth is First of an Era, and then it is Love on Me and Lola's Sunshine on down the stretch. Where they come? Ladies from Hell, Santa Fe's Appetite. Ladies from Hell is talking. Ladies from Hell is gonna win it, and then Tall Dark Latte, Santa Fe's Appetite, and then it's between Ace 44 Lady and Love on Me, 153 and 3. Ladies from Hell was devilishly good, Sugar.
Oh my, was she ever good tonight? Just a fifth of a second off her all-time life best, which she took last season over Sarnia's 5/8 track. This may be one of the best miles I've ever seen her go. And I've seen her win a lot of races in London. Career win, number 63 this evening for Team Sumner. Incredible mare.
Yeah, and she dug in nice because, look, she had to hold off a pretty game Santa Fe's Appetite, and then I was also worried that Tall Dark Latte might be able to passed the both of them, but just passed one and finished second. But that was Ladies from Hell. I mean, look, this is a classy mare. You've seen this one win. You can't be that shocked.
I'm not that shocked. I guess the surprise for me is when Santa Fe's Appetite went about a neck in front of her going into the final turn. She was able to fight back, grab control, and then, as you mentioned, number 6, Tall Dark Latte, licking her chops when spinning for home. Could not get up the passing lane to beat Ladies from Hell, the Queen of London. I, as well as many others, love this mare.
How's the 5-6 exactor going against the favorite and picking up an exactor? We're coming out.
You're right on to that, eh?
We're
like the 5-6 exactor in here, Gary's coming back at $45.
Yeah,
nice pick.
That's a decent top too. I mean, never mind some of the other dumb things I'll pick, but that one, at least you get, you get one for one race. You got to brag because the next race, you know what's coming back around. There's
your winner's circle.
Ladies from Hell. Garrett Rooney is the winner. Ladies from Hell, 12-year-old classic card Shark Bay mare owned by Mike and Shay Sumner. Mike Sumner is the trainer. 7th win this year. 63rd lifetime. Tiny but almighty. Race number 5, Ladies from Hell. And also a shout out to the Josh Allen jersey in the winner's circle. Go Josh Allen, go Bills. The fifth race. Number 5, Ladies from Hell, 610, 380 and 210. 6, Tall Dark Latte, 830, 280 and 1. Santa Fe's Appetite, 210. $2 Exactor, $44.60. Dollar Try, $46.30. 20-cent High Five, $15.09.99. 20-cent Pick 3 is $4.33. 20-cent Pick 4 is $7.83. And a 20-cent Pick 5, $200, 73 cents. Fifth race. Order finish from the top. 359, 412, 867 on the bottom. That's 359, 412, 867 on the bottom.
Going into a late pick five. It's the back half of this Wednesday evening program. Right on. It is a Wednesday evening at the river. Opening leg of the late pick five. We'll get to it here soon. A few things to maybe mention here. In this upcoming sixth race, you're seeing 6, 8, and 9 have scratched from the opening leg of the pick five. Now, 6 and 8 are going to race, but it's for purse money only. 6, 8, and 9 all removed from wagering here, race 6. The 6 and 8, though, I'm told, are going to race from purse money only. And over in race 7, there was a missing line for the 2 Boot Hill Hoodie. Raced and won on Monday evening at Woodbine Mohawk Park, 152 and 2. Daryl Thiessen was driving. So there you have it. There are your changes for this upcoming sixth race. And the line to be announced for that 2 Boot Hill Hoodie in race 7 won on Monday night at Woodbine Mohawk Park, 52 and 2 with Daryl Thiessen driving, noting Austin Sorey now drives 7, Arundel Hanover in that 7th race. Alrighty, late pick 5, ticket ideas, let's do it. Late pick 5, ticket idea here for race number 6. I'm going to go 2 deep the opening leg using 3, Major Sweet Hanover, Mike Whalen, as well as the 4, Chief Hauser. It's Garrett Rooney driving for trainer Steve Boston. So for me, 3 and 4 opens up this late pick 5 at the river. Over to race number 7, we're on the 1, 2, and 6, 3 deep air with Letters Sink Sun, Boot Hill Hoodie, again a winner. Monday evening, Woodbine Mohawk Park, 52 and 2 speed. Daryl Thiessen was driving. And the 6, All My Lovin', 1, 2, and 6 for me in race 7. If I wanted to shove another one in there, I might shove that 7, Arundel Hanover, in with Austin Sorey now driving. 8th race, we're on the 1, 3, and the 7. 9th race, staying 3 deep in there as well. Arson Sealster, Cold Creek Pantera, and Rip the Page at a post 5. 1, 2, and 5 in the 9th race. The 10th race, going for a price player in 6, Lily Claire. And outside of that, number 7, My Only Sunshine. 6 and 7 for me on the end of the pick 5 play. Looking like a $21.60 ticket on a 20-cent wager. A few more tickets to look at here. Gary Guy, opening leg. He's gone 3 deep with the 3, 4, and 5. His top selection in there being number 4, Chief Hauser. 7th race for Gary. He's on the 1 and 6. Number 6, All My Lovin'. Paul McKenzie driving is his top selection. 2 deep in the 8. Whole Lot of Rosie, Waiting on a Woman, 1 and 3. 2 deep in the 9th with 1 and 5. Arson Seals to Rip the Page being his top selection. And on the end of it, where we really didn't see things the same way, he's on 3, just 1 bite with the 5, Golden Leader, and 7, My Only Sunshine. 14.40 to play along with Gary on his late pick 5. Connolly Ecclestone, his early multi-leg tickets came on through. If you played along with Connolly's pick 5 play, Ladies from Hell returning $200 on a 20-cent wager to end Connolly's early pick 5. So here's Connolly in to go for a late pick 5. He does have another single involved in race number 9. Before that, though, 3 deep in race 6, 1, 2, and 5. 4 deep in the 7th. And then he's deepest of all, race number 8. Connolly calling race 8 wide open using 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 going outside there. He does single up the rail starter, Arson Sealster in the 9th. And on the end of it, number 3, Just 1 Bite, and 5, Golden Leader. $24 even to play along with Connolly, who was hitting on his early multi-leg wagers at Grand River Raceway. Best of luck on this late pick 5.
Field on post parade for the 6th one. Louis the Legend. Paul McKenzie drives and trains and owns. Number 2 is Car Wash Blues. Anthony Hunt from McCrone and Hunt Racing. Number 3 is Major Sweet Hanover. Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. 4 is Chief Hauser. Garrett Rooney for Steve Bossens and Chief Nation. Number 5, Beach Wash. Austin Sorry for Gerard Demers and Dave Pilon and French Connection Racing. Note that number 6 is racing for purse purposes only. Probability, Scott Young for Lace McCabe and Glenview Livestock. 7 is Lions Good Row. Scotty Culliver, Ken Oliver, and 3 Lions Racing. Number 8, End of the Trail, is racing for a purse only as well. 8, End of the Trail, is Sammy Fillier for Jimmy Copley and Kimberly Eaton and Daryl Tingley and Dwayne Tingley. And 9 is Scratch. So let's get a look at this field. And, well, I guess we don't need to look at what was your top selection, because now racing for purse only is probability. So Chief Hauser, I believe you're left with as your choice now.
Yeah, we're going to talk about betting interests only, right? We're going to have 8 starters in race 6, but just 6 betting interests now. As you mentioned, 6 and 8 will be racing for purse money only. I like the look of this for Chief Hauser, a tall son of Cattle Wash, going up for trainer Steve Bossens. Garrett Rooney reuniting here. He was on board for the maiden victory over London back in mid-April. It was 59 and 3 speed back then. Since then, been over at the big track, Woodbine Mohawk Park, showing 53 and 4 speed there. And as you mentioned, Grand River Raceway pretty close to that Woodbine Mohawk Park speed.
Yeah, we could be looking at about a 54 flat here, which would certainly give the rest of this field some snug problems. He is being bet as the 2-1 second choice right now, and certainly this is one that liked London a lot more in terms of the results, with the win and a couple of thirds, but not racing poorly at Mohawk. Look, that's just, facing tougher. 53 and 4 got you nothing last time out, beaten 9 lengths, and so mile goes in 52. Your second one, you're sweet on the 3, Major Sweet Hanover, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen. One that, last time out, second, and that was off the layoff.
Right on. Second best in the seasonal debut, and a pretty good mile over Flamborough as well. 56 and 2. And obviously, there's some pretty good gate speed to work with here for driver Mike Whalen. Was sitting third at a quarter 27 and 3 in that return race. So we're going to give him a big shot to hit an exactor, try and superfecta here. I'm not sure he can win it, but I did use him as a plan B on this late pick 5.
So I'm not up to date now. Who are your plans C and D?
I'm going to, let's talk about the 5 and 2.
Okay.
5 and 2 or 2 and 5, wherever you want to go. We're going to go to the 5 then with Beach Wash, another son of Cattle Wash in here. I saw him win in London, May the 22nd. That was first time for trainer Gerard Demers, driver Austin Sorry. That was one of the strongest combinations all race meet in London, Demers with Sorry. Beach Wash, I do like his chances here, but from what I saw in London, can he go 54 or 55 speed right now? You know what? Second time for Demers. It could happen. Horse players think so. 9-5 currently.
Yeah, and look, that's taking a fair amount of money. You know who I threw onto my ticket? Louis the Legend. Now that I'm just talking about this is one that's a consistent fringe player, and has got a stretch of now, 6 consecutive top 4 finishes. They were thirds and fourths, but we're talking about fourth best.
We'll call him a hunch player then, right? For you, Louis the Legend gets an inside post to work with. Great check getter. Price is right at 9-1. Not sure he can win it, but can certainly pose as a problem for others, maybe in the try and superfecta.
And Paul McKenzie from Charlottetown, 9 away from 9,500 wins.
The Charlottetown Southpaw.
He's racking up those victories, so we will see how it unfolds here. But we have 6 betting interests, but a field of 8. With Louis the Legend, Car Wash Blues, Major Sweet Hanover on the inside. In the center, Chief Hauser and Beach Wash. The outside, Probability, Lions Gaudreau, and End of the Trail. And I believe now we have a starter to recall. Lights are flashing, and I didn't see who misbehaved, but, well, we've got a little more time. You know, we should take a second to talk about, how about Paul McKenzie? I mean, look, 9,500 wins. That's a pretty serious number. That puts him somewhere in the top, like late, around 25 to 30 range all-time harness drivers in wins.
Since he came up, I think it was around the mid-'80s when he made the move up from the Maritimes. He grew up in Charlottetown, won a lot of his early races over Sackville Downs in Nova Scotia, which is no longer in existence. But Paul McKenzie, the drivers love him. I mean, they have a lot of fun with him in the drivers' rooms in London and Flamborough and other tracks here. You know, he's one of the older drivers on the circuit now, but a lot of the guys, they pal around with him and look up to him.
Yep, 2 wins in 6 races in 1977 kicked it off, and then no wins for 78 or 79, but only 11 starts. But then it starts to climb, and next thing you know, in the early 80s, getting up to the 100-win total. At that point, he's starting to make that move over to Flamborough Downs, and you start to see some runs of like some big win numbers. There's a stretch in the early 2000s, 300 and 400 every consistent year for about a decade.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did pretty good at Flamborough Downs because he got so good there that the track announcer named a lane after him.
Mackenzie Lane. But look, he wins a lot of races up the passing lane, and he told me early in his career, he said he figured out the passing lane, and I won't reveal his secret, but he definitely can get one to fire up the passing lane probably better than others. So he's got that patented, so we don't reveal the patent. But, yeah, just a chance to shout out Paul McKenzie. And there's been, of course, a lot of great drivers. How about the McDonald's? I think they're kind of Maritimers of Charlottetown.
They do pretty good. James McDonald, Mark back in Ontario now, Anthony, and, Curtis does a fabulous job with his TV work, and Lloyd, fabulous job in broadcasting over the years as well. So the McDonald family, they've done some pretty good things over the years in harness racing all over the continent.
Yeah, considering the size of Charlottetown, it's heavily represented.
100%. Fred and Gail would be very proud, parents.
Yeah, there we go. Well, the whole province sends a lot of quality talent to Ontario, and they've done very well for themselves. And we have this field of 8 for race number 6. Taking up their positions. It's the 6th race on a Wednesday night at Grand River Raceway. Take 2. Field for the 6th dash. All in position. They're at the start, and the rough Louis the Legend has trouble kicking out and gets away poorly last, but down the center of the track, Chief Hauser, Beach Wash, and also on the inside, Major Sweet Hanover is pressed out nicely. Major Sweet Hanover, Chief Hauser, Beach Wash, the top 3. Car Wash Blues is racing position 4th, and then Probability is position 5, and then it is back to Lions Gaudreau and End of the Trail, and Louis the Legend. And they race their way off the turn, rolling past that opening quarter, and now striding up strongly, and coming on to get the lead is Austin Sorry and Beach Wash, and that is Chief Hauser and Garrett Rooney, who's following along in the pocket, and third in line, Major Sweet Hanover in front of Car Wash Blues and Probability, Lions Gaudreau, End of the Trail, and Louis the Legend is trailing the field. That opening quarter was 27-2 in the field. Heads on up towards the half. Beach Wash, Austin Sorry leading. Chief Hauser right tight nose to helmet in the pocket. And now charging on the outside coming Car Wash Blues now. Car Wash Blues wants to Rinse Beach Wash from the lead as those two are striding together on down the backstretch. Half of 57. Probability is on the outside, sharing third with Chief Hauser is on the inside, but right now it is Car Wash Blues who's come on to get the lead. Car Wash Blues and Beach Wash on the inside. Hasn't thrown in the towel just yet. Car Wash Blues and Beach Wash, and then Probability, and then Chief Hauser, and then it is back to Lions Gaudreau, Major Sweet ahead of her, and into the trail, and way back Louis the Legend, and there goes Probability. Probability and Scott Young. Purpose is only, but is driving on the outside. Beach Wash and Chief Hauser. Car Wash Blues on down the stretch. Round they come. Probability. Car Wash Blues is trying to take second from Beach Wash, but Probability is going to win. Then for second, it'll go to 5 Beach Wash, and then for Chief Hauser, Major Sweet Hanover, mile of 155 flat. And, they took down our, for purposes only, that was our top pick Probability, and then raced up to it, Sugar.
Yeah, race good. Scott Young put this one in a good striking spot through that final half, and when he made the move 3 wide, turning for home, was going on to an easy victory in 155 flat. And what do you know? It's another new lifetime best on this night, a 155 flat. Third career victory for the son of Big Jim.
Yeah, and just the track is super fast and super ready, and
yes,
it's had a history of being ready, and it is again this evening. And there is Scott Young. He had the answer in the 6th race. Of course, those with betting tickets were watching intently to see the battle for second, because that's really the battle for the win, and that's going to be between Beach Wash and Chief Hauser. Beach Wash holds on, Chief Hauser, and then you've got Major Sweet Hanover. So the ones that we talked about, it is a probability. It's just unfortunate that you couldn't bet on Probability, because it was certainly a strong bet, and we both liked this one on top.
Oh, 100%. I mean, this horse was live coming in and taken away from the betting purposes, but nice victory there for the answer. On board for Glenview Livestock Loaded trainer Lacey McCabe. Chief Hauser, he got a great trip in there. He was hesitating on wanting to go up that passing lane late.
Yeah, these younger horses are like, he's had 7
Right.
career starts. He's like, well, why am I going in here for? But
Exactly. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, I thought he probably could have got up there for the deuce to make him a winner when it came to pair mutuals, but he wasn't having it until very late. I mean, he started to figure it out, getting closer to the wire, but he ran out of time.
note that the winning top 4 will be 5, 4, 3, 2. Of course, no wagering on 6 and 8. So 5, 4, 3, 2. But Scott Young is going to get the driver's winner's share with 6 Probability. 3-year-old Big Jim Bay Gelding up by Glenview Livestock, trained by Lacey McCabe. It's the 3rd win lifetime. First this year, Probability 155 flat. Sixth race, payouts 5. Beach Wash, 460, 290, 230. 4 Chief Hauser, 330, 253. Major Sweet Hanover, 290. $2 Exactor, 1440. Dollar Try, 2440. Dollar Super, 44.70. 20-cent Super, 8.94. Sixth race, order finish from the top, is an 854-321-76 scratch. That's 854-321-76 scratch.
We're back, folks, and we are set to look at a late pick four at Grand River Raceway, Beach Wash. Second time for trainer Gerard Demers starting up the late pick five play. Connolly Ecclestone's got you moving on again in a multi-leg wager. Beach Wash was one of his selections to get you started on the pick five play. Let's go to some pick four ticket ideas, then we'll bring them up on the monitors. Late pick four time here in race number 7. And as mentioned, number 2, Boot Hill Hoodie, was a winner on Monday evening at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Was a winner there in 52-2 with Daryl Thiessen driving. And one more time for the 7, Arundel Hanover Austin Sorey is going to be driving in this 7th race. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 6, but I would love to add that 7 in there, Arundel Hanover, right now, just because I've liked that horse in London, and he's kind of maybe a one-trick pony type. If he'd ever make front end here, you'd have to give him a beware angle with this group number 7, Arundel Hanover. But for me, 1, 2, 6, starting up the pick 4 play. Over into race number 8, we're on the 1, 3, and 7. Whole Lot of Rosie, Waiting on a Woman, and Outlaw Kiss My Class. 9th race, inside of Arson Sealster, then Cold Creek Pantera, and Rip the Page. And on the end of the pick 4 play, it's the 6, Lily Claire, likely at a big price. 7, My Only Sunshine, with Travis Cullen on board. The way I see this late pick 4 shaking down, it would cost you $10.80 to play along on a 20-cent wager. Gary Guy with his best go on the late pick 4. Gary's 2 deep in the first 3 legs. His top selection here in the 7th race being 6, All My Lovin', Paul McKenzie. And Gary's a big fan of Paul over the years, and why not? Paul has won many races in Ontario with Gary Guy calling the action. Over to race 8 for Gary. He's on the 1 and 3, Whole Lot of Rosie, and the 3, Waiting on a Woman. 9th race for the 1 and 5, Arson Seals, to Rip the Page. And on the end of it, for Gary, it's 3 deep with a 3, 5, and 7. If you want to play along with Gary Guy, not a whole lot of money to be spent on his late pick 4, $4.80 on the 20-cent play. And one more ticket for a friend of the show, Connolly Ecclestone. He's gone deepest of all in the first 2 legs. Ends up singling number 1, Arson Sealster, in the 9th. And the 10th race, 3, Just One Bite, and 5, Golden Leader. $8 even on a 20-cent play to play along with Conley Ecclestone. It's the late pick 4 next at Grand River Raceway. Good luck.
Field on post parade for the 7th one. Letter Sink Son, Travis Henry for Rod Boyd. Correction for Boyd Wilson and Randy Wilson. Number 2 is Boot Hill Huddy, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and Daryl Thiessen. Number 3, Party It Up, Damian McClellan for Kyle Bossons and Daryl Newbegin. Number 4 is Laser, Brady Golliers for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider Jr. Number 5 is Gansby, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. Number 6 is All My Lovin', Paul McKenzie for Joe Pereira and Brian and Ira Wallach. Number 7 is Arundel Hanover, Austin Terry for Craig Campbell and Terry Campbell. Number 8 is Ben Lookin, Andy Moore, drives and trains and owns. And 9 is the Tulsa King, Todd Ratchford for Mary Ratchford and Josh McDonald and Mike Dix. It's a field of 9. It's race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, let her sink, son. You think this one's not going to sink at all. It's going to float right nicely.
Yeah, I like the class relief angle for this one, showing 27 speed in recent starts and his final quarters, right? Two-time winner this season from 6 outings. You get over Woodbine Mohawk Park, 52-2. You're not seeing a lot of them in here wanting to show that kind of speed, other than number 6, All My Lovin', who's coming in off a 151-4 trip in the latest. But Travis Henry, we saw him win race number 1 in upset fashion to start a pick 5 play. Maybe he can start up this pick 4 with Let Her Sink, son.
Yeah, it was a great piece of driving. He managed to trip out that horse to start off the night. This is one that has some gate speed, so might not need to trip this one out. Might just be pointed towards the front. I mean, if you're going to go to the front April 25th from Mohawk from post position 10, then maybe you're got some gate speed. 26-1 opener on that evening.
Right there. There's more than a few in here showing that good early speed, Gary. This that straightaway and into the first turn could be very interesting when this race gets underway.
Yeah, and Boot Hill Huddy is one that missing chart line was a winner at Mohawk in 52-2 with double barrel Daryl Thiessen driving. Boot Hill Huddy, Travis Cullen for the fine barn of Jody Cullen.
Yeah, Daryl's actually on the ownership line of this fella, so Travis Cullen is going to go back on board to drive here. 52-2 on Monday night at Woodbine Mohawk Park would be the life best. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see this group go in 52, Gary.
They're going to skedaddle. I think they've got certainly the ability to get it done, and the track the track is very, very quick. And look, I didn't use the 1 or the 2 in my top 2, so let's go to my top pick. I'm loving the 6 at 7-2. Paul McKenzie for Joe Pereira.
Right, we saw you call this one a winner at Flamborough. 152-3 speed over Flamborough. Now, that's just crazy good. He is a tall son of Malicious, New Jersey bred here, racing for trainer Joe Pereira. Paul McKenzie was driving on that 52-3 victory, his one and only victory on the season. A good fit here and maybe another speed threat, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you were watching, did you mute the TV?
Oh, not at all. I never mute every guy went on the mic. Come on.
Mute. Just hit the mute button. That's what it's there for. But Paul McKenzie chasing that 9,500's got a live shot in here. And how about number 4, Laser? Brady Golliers for Cassidy Schneider.
Laser's a good fit with these. He can leave enough to keep himself warm in here. The more I looked at this race, Gary, the more I thought big shot had an upset possibility.
Yeah, you
and
did use.
I'm going to put this out there right now. 45-1 on number 7, Arundel Hanover. Second time Lasix. Austin Sorey hops on board. First time. Think about it.
And I should mention you threw Party It Up on the bottom of your ticket, a horse that raced better at London last time out.
Nothing wrong with Party It Up. There's nothing wrong with any one of them in here. Again, this race could be screaming for an upset, Gary.
There's never anything wrong with partying it up. Let's party. Like a Kitchener Rangers fan will party. It's a field of 9 for the 7th dash. Field for race number 7 in the backstretch, gathering speed. They're at the start, And they're off, and getting it alertly right now is All My Lovin', along with Laser, and down to the inside, Letter Sink Sun. Then it is Ben Lookin', Boot Hill Huddy, Party It Up, and back to Gansby. Then we've got the Tulsa King and Arundel. Hanover is trailing the field. All My Lovin' at 2-1's got the lead. All My Lovin', and Paul McKenzie with a lead of about 2.5 lengths right now over Laser and Pretty Colliers. And Letter Sink Sun is on the inside, racing third. Ben Lookin' is the one we're looking at racing fourth right now as they race off the turn, but the field is spread out in behind All My Lovin', and back there in fifth is Boot Hill Huddy. Then it's back to Party It Up on Gansby. The trailing pair is the Tulsa King and Arundel Hanover, and they work their way off a lively opening quarter of 26-2 on up towards the half. All My Lovin' leads it, now looks to pick up that second panel breather, and is in front of Laser. Letter Sink Sun to the outside now is going to come, and already some left-handed urging on All My Lovin'. Letter Sink Sun to the outside is racing second. Laser and Ben Lookin' sharing third. Then it is on the inside, Boot Hill Huddy to the outside, Party It Up. For now, All My Lovin' continues on, leads at a length of a half of 56 over Letter Sink Sun. Getting closer, Ben Lookin' at 19-1, and Laser, long shot on the inside, is racing fourth, but All My Lovin' is really loving Grand River right now. Fifth is Party It Up, and then Boot Hill Huddy. Out wide is Gansby, and then Arundel Hanover and the Tulsa King, and it is All My Lovin' leading by 2.5 or 3. They race their way on down the stretch drive, and it is Paul McKenzie and All My Lovin' cruising now, still getting some urging, but it's really sharp as they come to the finish. And it is All My Lovin'. Gansby scooting up the inside late. Boot Hill Huddy, Letter Sink Sun. 152-3. All My Lovin'. Well, you called the time, but not the winner, Sugar.
I don't mind calling the times, and you're pretty good at calling the winners, right? So
we team up.
Your top choice, All My Lovin'. I know you're a big Paul McKenzie fan. He goes right to his lifetime best. He looked great coming out of the post parade, and Paul McKenzie put him in play straight to the top. Would not be caught. How about that hot opening quarter, 26-2, and able to fire home 28-3 on the end of it again to match his lifetime best. He's all right. Big son of Malicious here for, that's a pair of victories with Paul McKenzie in the bike this season.
Yeah, and that 52-3 mile at Flamborough, I mean, that's impressive. Certainly went in 51-4 last week, but 52-3 over Flamborough is more impressive than going over Mohawk in 51-4. I
agree. I mean, he corners well, and I'm sure this horse was looking forward to getting to the wicked fast 5/8 at the river. And again, McKenzie obviously knows this horse well, and he put him in the perfect spot to get the job done here at 2-1.
And a horse that won at Summerside in 53-1 last year, so it's not like this horse doesn't show some speed going further back onto the program.
Well, I saw the Malicious angle there, and I'm looking at the breeding line and saying bred in New Jersey. I felt there probably was a maritime connection there somewhere, and you just called it. A winner over Summerside, 53-1. And that's no easy task. You know, Summerside, quick half bottler down around the Maritimes, but not one of the faster half bottlers there. I mean, Charlottetown, Old Home Week is crazy fast. Truro Raceway in Nova Scotia, another fast track. But to see this horse race a 53-1 win last season over my hometown track of Summerside Raceway,
this is one you had
big mile.
This is one you had to have.
I should have. I should have, could have, would have.
Yeah.
How about, like I said, I'll call the times. I'll leave you to call the winners.
How about one of my favorite things, splitting up your top three and our the 6-2 and the 1, but we get that 5 Gansby at 40-1 to get onto the exactor ticket.
The one thing I was right about, race number 7 was screaming for an upset. Well, the second place horse, 40-1 second. There you go. There's my upset.
And that's certainly a good angle upset, because that's going to be a nice exactor. I don't think a lot of people had that one, but
I would think.
But I know somebody who had All My Lovin', and Paul McKenzie. I'm loyal to Charlottetown there, Sugar.
Attaboy.
Back in front of us is number 6, All My Lovin'. 4-year-old Malicious Bay gelding by Brian and Ira Wallach. Joe Pereira, the trainer. Paul McKenzie, the winning drive, now 8 away from 9,500 lifetime. It is the second win this season and 6th lifetime. All My Lovin' equals his career mark of 152 and 3. Seventh race pouch, 6 All My Lovin'. $6.30, $3, $3, 5 Gans by 24.30, $7.50. 2 Boot Hill Honey, $2.50. $2 Exactor, $127.40. Dollar Try, $110.25. Dollar Super, $391.80. 20-cent Super, $78.36. Seventh race order of finish from the top. 439 521 876. That's 439 521 876 on the bottom. Field 4, race number 8 is on parade. One is Whole Lotta Rosie, semi-failure for Chantel Mitchell and Mitchell DiCenzo. Number 2 is MVP Kamala, Bertie Golliers for Ernest Party. And number 3 is Waiting on a Woman, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and Ron Cullen. 4th Street Cassidy, Austin Sorry for Mike Rive and Gary Silifant. 5 is Perfect Juno, George Kentros for John Parade. Number 6, I Wish I Had a Me. It is Malik Smith for Tyler Schlafman. Number 7, Outlaw Kiss My Class, Gilles Bouvier drives and trains for Todd Teolis. 8 is Brinley Sealser, Damian McClellan for Courtney Bishop. 9 is scratched. Let's get a look at this field, and, well, Sugar, we've got a slight difference of opinion. There are 2 horses taking all the money here, and, well, I went one way, and you went the other. Waiting on a Woman, your top choice, 3 to 5.
Yeah, we're both chasing after some class droppers here. Waiting on a Woman. Been a while since she's gotten her picture taken. You'd have to go back to early April over London. So almost 2 months since she's hit victory lane, but she finds an easier spot here. Odds on right now. I could have expected that. You know, it's the Cullen Barn dropping in class. They put them in where they can win, Gary.
Yeah, and I've called a lot of wins with Waiting on a Woman during her career, but it's just been a little while between drinks. But still, Waiting on a Woman out of a power barn. It's a logical choice. 13 wins last year, and you know, with the class drop, you'd have to think that she's going to wake up. And well, Travis Cullen's likely to be trying to get this one in play. Hasn't been getting off the gate very well at all of late, but we'll see here. 4 to 5. How about number 9 is scratched? So 1, Whole Lotta Rosie. You wind up with that one as your second choice at 8 to 5.
Fresh, right? Home in 27-3 in the qualifier May 22nd over the big track. So a seasonal debuter here for trainer Chantel Mitchell, and it's actually going to be the second time Lasix angle. She finished up her 2025 season when trying the Lasix. Took some time away for resting up and freshening up, and this is a good spot. Class relief, second time Lasix angle. Big shot at a victory here, though the 3, Waiting on a Woman, likely to give her all she can handle.
Absolutely. Those are the top 2, and it shows up on the tote board. But then you opted to Outlaw Kiss My Class, who had a couple of decent races in Flamborough. Last race, though, not as good.
Yeah, for me, the 1 and 3 kind of pop off the page in here. So, of course, the next spot, you're just looking for more or less best of the rest. And maybe it's the Outlaw Kiss My Class for Bouvier. Pretty good check getter this season. Did get a victory over Flamborough, but for her to go with 1 and 3, that's a pretty tall order. But I could use her in the try and superfecta here all day.
And then with the scratch of 9, Brookdale Charlotte, I'm not certain who's your 4th one, and boy, I tell you, you could pretty much throw anybody in there for 4th. Mine one is Brinley Sealster, but which way did you happen to go?
Well, you know what? You could probably talk about this 8 Brinley Sealster, an outside chance with these. She does have a heart-building win in her latest over Flamborough, 58 from off the pace. So Damien likely to just try to get what he can here. From the outside post, again, it's very tough to go against 1 and 3 or 3 and 1 for the top 2 spots, but you'd want to be looking for a big value player underneath, and right now that's looking like maybe a 2, 4, or 5.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I went to the 8 is just because at least this one shows some form, because some of the others just not really showing a ton of form, but it's a tougher post, but it's Grand River, so it's not as tough as you might think. We have a field of 8, and, well, we're going to find out. You're on Waiting on a Woman. I'm on a Whole Lotta Rosie. First start of the year on Lasix, second time, as you mentioned. Whole Lotta Rosie, MVP Kamala, Waiting on a Woman on the inside. 3 Cassidy, Perfect Juno in the center to the outside. It's I Wish I Had a Me, Outlaw Kiss My Class, and Brinley Sealster. field is in the backstretch, nearing the start. And they're at the start of the off and getting out alertly on the inside is Whole Lot of Rosie. He's going to blast out with Perfect Juno and Waiting on a Woman and MVP Kamala. Center of the track is Outlaw Kiss My Class. Then it's back to Brindley Sealster and the trailing pair, Street Cassidy. And I Wish I Had to Be, but Whole Lot of Rosie is in full bloom early. Waiting on a Woman now is going to find the pocket position. And then Perfect Juno is parked and might be able to find a spot on the inside. Third is going to squeeze on over third in front of MVP Kamala. And Outlaw Kiss My Class, 27-4 is the opening quarter, and they work their way on towards us. And it is Whole Lot of Rosie and Semi-Filia sitting calmly in the bike on front of Waiting on a Woman, a length and a half. Then Perfect Juno third, MVP Kamala, Outlaw Kiss My Class, and Brindley Sealster. Then it is back to Street Cassidy. And I Wish I Had Me is trailing, and it's a field of 8 in a line off a 27-4 quarter and a 58 half, so a 30-1 second panel breather. Whole Lot of Rosie, 3-2 on the board. Waiting on a Woman, 2-5 favorite, is getting a nice trip. Nose to helmet, these two probably going to settle things late in the mile. Perfect Juno third, but right now is about 4 from the front. Outlaw Kiss My Class is coming on the outside a bit. Then it is back to MVP Kamala. Brindley Sealster is kicking in late. Now is moving up to be fifth, and 3/4 is put up by Whole Lot of Rosie in 127-2. Waiting on a Woman is not waiting any longer. Travis Cullen tips Waiting on a Woman and has some work to do because Whole Lot of Rosie is still game. Whole Lot of Rosie hasn't wilted yet. Whole Lot of Rosie as they turn for home. Waiting on a Woman on down the stretch drive they come. Whole Lot of Rosie and Waiting on a Woman. Whole Lot of Rosie continues to march. Whole Lot of Rosie is going to win. Waiting on a Woman is second. Outlaw Kiss My Class and Brindley Sealster 156 flat.
Right on. There we saw a Whole Lot of Rosie, fresh and ready to roll right off the bench in her seasonal debut. Now, she wouldn't pace to a new lifetime best, but she was certainly interested right from the get-go, Gary.
Yeah, and she didn't race like a first-time starter. And clearly the Lasix also might have helped because it didn't show any signs of tiring out late in the mile. Strong all the way down the lane.
Right, and it's been a long time since we've seen Waiting on a Woman get a dream journey like that. She just, she's met up against a tough foe in Whole Lot of Rosie. I didn't see that coming, honestly. Your top selection, though, right?
Yeah, and
you saw it coming.
Yeah, the lines last year weren't great, but this is a mare that does show enough speed, and I just kind of thought, well, that Lasix angle certainly doesn't hurt. But I also have a lot of respect for Chantal Mitchell and the job she does. Semi-Filia is a very capable driver, and he can put them in play and get a lot accomplished.
Yeah, Sammy rated her well. You mentioned the leader got a nice breather through the second quarter, 30-1, and then that was enough to pick it up 29-2 through the third, and then home in 28-3.
Yeah,
stop the clock in 56 flat. Pretty good price on her too in there, 3-2, Gary.
Yeah, that 30-1, that's the key. Well, Waiting on a Woman, understandably, like just a more proven winner. You're talking 16 wins since the 1st of January last year, and Rosie with 2 since the 1st of January last year. So quite a discrepancy.
Yeah, I think it's that second quarter breather all day long because when she put up the Catch Me If You Can 58 half, it was going to be a tough hill to climb for the rest of the field. Waiting on a Woman was able to stay there with her. And the prices underneath, we were right about those. Outlaw Kiss My Class, and you like Brindley Sealster.
Well,
so
you threw in the 7.
Right?
You threw in the 7, and I threw in the 8.
Yeah, we all got together on a superfecta.
There we go. And back in front of us is one Whole Lot of Rosie. Semi-Filia, the winning driver. 4-year-old Better's Wish Bay mare, owned by Mitchell DiCenzo. Chantal Mitchell, the trainer, a winner in her season's debut. And the third win lifetime for Whole Lot of Rosie, 156 flat. The payouts: one whole lot of Rosie, $5, 210, 210. Three whole lot of woman. A correction, waiting on a woman, 210, 210, and seven. Outlaw Kiss My Class, $2.90. $2 exactor is $6.80. Dollar Tribe, $9.70. Dollar Super is $17.75. Eighth race order finish from the tops of 162, 85734 double scratch. That's 162, 85734 double scratch on the bottom. Field on post parade for the 9th. One is Arson Sealster, Sammy Filia for Jimmy Copley and Kimberly Eaton and Daryl Tingley and Dwayne Tingley. Number 2 is Coal Creek Pantera, Travis Cullen for Vic Putty and Limco Incorporated. Number 3, Julius Hanover Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. Number 4 is Lions First Bulldogs, Scott Coulter, Ken Oliver, and 3 Lions Racing. Number 5 is Rip the Page, Brady Golliers for Greg McNair and George Kerr and Matthew McManus and Jason Batter. Number 6, Don't Quit Your Day Job, Jay Havers for John Pentland and VMB Stable. And number 7 is The Ready, JP Renault for Julie Walker and Overseas Farm. Field of 7, an interesting dash. And, well, Sugar, we both opted away from the current favorite and went to Rip the Page. What is it about Rip the Page that you think we both loved here?
Well, for me, it looks like he's going to be facing some softer competition. Got involved with some Ontario Sire Stakes action the last time out, where he would finish fourth. Still paced home 27-1 for trip 53 into the DNF line up in London. I mean, he's hooking wheels with a horse by the name of Twin B Bet on it when turning for home. The two of them did not finish that race. That's the reasoning. Do I like what I see right now on the monitors? I do not, to be honest. I mean, 5-2 currently, and on a gallop. So I don't know. Maybe it's time to look elsewhere.
Yeah, and he does have gate speed. You see, April 25th got off the gate and was second at the quarter in 26-4. But Rip the Page, certainly he's just smoothing out now. Rip the Page.
He is smoothing out. Yeah, I can go back to him now.
There you go. Just had to wait a moment. But look, I got a lot of time for Greg McNair, of course. Greg's done a lot of winning and at this track as well over the years, as well as everywhere.
Certainly.
Brady Golyer's Rip the Page. Do you know, Arson Sealster is getting a lot of love, 4-5, and you can make an argument why this one fell off form the last couple races. Look at the post.
Right? Trailing spot and the outside post 8 over at Flamborough. Both post positions does no one any favors at Flamborough Downs for sure. So back to having his nose on gate and an inside post. He's a 4-time winner from just 7 outings in his 4-year-old season. And you know what? 53-3 speed over Rito last season. He could be sitting on a big one here.
Yeah, and also
more than capable of dropping his life best.
This is one of your look. Also, the other thing, the last two were against much tougher. But this was one of your angles last year that you always went with. That's why I thought you were going with Arson Sealster. It's the 4-year-old against the 3-year-old.
Oh, you got a good memory, pal.
I thought you were going down to the 1. I always try to handicap where you're going to see, because that's one of the reasons why I went to the 5, is just to kind of beat.
Well, you know, the angle I played here was the one you just mentioned about McNair. He's won a lot of races over Grand River Raceway over the years. So, you know, there's always an angle or 2 or 3
competing
to
angles.
Think about when making selections. But I like the way you're thinking right now with the 4-year-old Arson Sealster.
Now, the thing with Coal Creek Pantera, use this one for third. The first order of business, got to stay flat.
Yeah, you can ignore his latest. The starts before that, 54-2 speed to be third over Flamborough. It's good enough to go with these. Maybe even beat these at 23-1. Maybe not, but I'll give him a shot at a top 2 or 3 finish here. 23-1 for Cullen. Why not?
And I'll tell you, Lions First Bulldog, this is one that in the second start of the year could be a lot better. You do see this one showing some pretty good speed last September racing at Mohawk.
He was in that race with Rip the Page in the latest, that Ontario Sire Stakes action tilt. 7-2, mild price player with Scott Coulter, the Tan Tornado. One of my favorite drivers in Ontario.
And look, Lions First Bulldog did come a decent back half, just was too far off the pace. But I think
there's
this is one that
something
could
to note.
step
Number
up.
5.
Yes.
Gone back to the gallop here, Gary.
Yes, Rip the Page is not right now exciting you as this play here, as this field of 7. is moving towards the gate, and now we see Rip the Page is going to be missing the start by a little bit, is at least a half dozen lengths back, trying to gain some ground. And now there comes Rip the Page back, trying to catch up to the gate, and is going to actually get reasonably close to the gate and maybe even be able to run on through it as they are now at the start of the rough. And it is Don't Quit Your Day Job. And now Rip the Page was able to make a huge recovery. Great job by Brady Golliers getting this one back together, and now is on top. Don't Quit Your Day Job, and Lions First Bulldog is racing third. And Don't Quit Your Day Job is now going to take back. And it's Don't Quit Your Day Job who's going to find the spot on the inside third as Lions First Bulldog is filling the pocket. Now Arson Sealster is going to up and drive right now and try to put out that fire. And that fire is Rip the Page as they race their way on towards us. Rip the Page up 26-1 opening quarter was really fired up. Arson Sealster is on the outside second. Lions First Bulldog is third. Don't Quit Your Day Job is racing fourth. And then it's Coal Creek Pantera, Julius Hanover, and then trailing the field is the Ready, and they race their way on up towards the half, and Rip the Page on into the backstretch. 1-5 Arson Sealster on the outside wants to pour some water on Rip the Page. 54-1 halftime. Rip the Page has a lead right now, just about ahead. Arson Sealster, then Don't Quit Your Day Job, and Lions First Bulldog is right there in the hunt, filling the pocket on the back of Rip the Page, who's now given way by just about ahead. Arson Sealster on the outside, but Rip the Page is fighting gamely. 3/4 is up next, and it is Arson Sealster taking over from Rip the Page, and Don't Quit Your Day Job. Lions First Bulldog is blocked on the inside. Coal Creek Pantera on the outside, about 3 or 4 off the lead, and then Julius Hanover in the Ready. 3/4, 123-1. Arson Sealster at the field turns for home. Arson Sealster on down the stretch, Rob, they come. Arson Sealster is strong, but now Don't Quit Your Day Job up the inside, and here comes Coal Creek Pantera. Coal Creek Pantera against Arson Sealster. Coal Creek Pantera gets there. Arson Sealster and Lions First Bulldog third. 153-2. We get an upsetter at 9-1. Coal Creek Pantera.
Oh, I might have mentioned that fella. I liked him for a top 3 play. I said I don't think he can win it. Well, let him prove me wrong, and he sure did.
I think you probably think it now.
That's a pretty nice mile. I mean, it's set up for a closer, right? 26-1, 54-1, bagging for a big upset closer, and it's exactly what you got. Travis Cullen on board for trainer Vic Putty. Coal Creek Pantera.
Yeah, the
Up
recent
in the final
lines.
strides.
The recent line's not all that good, but then you got that 1-2 starts back that was fine. And look, was third to All My Lovin'. How's that for a measuring stick for Coal Creek Pantera?
Right. Yeah, All My Lovin', we saw him win quite easily, and this horse was clocking a pretty good trip over Flamborough on that night, and nice to see. I mean, he was winless coming in, and now he's going home with his first victory on his 2026 season. A heart-building win for Coal Creek Pantera.
And
on a
Arson
big number.
Sealster, Arson Sealster just getting caught at the finish. The 4-year-old was good. Quite a job by Brady Golliers just to get 5 Rip the Page steadied, but that problem early might have just, look, this is a horse that raced really hard and just kind of faded late.
Yeah, Arson Sealster, he was out a long ways, like well before the quarter and out through that final half. He went a big trip, like they paced his trip, 52 and a bit really when it's all said and done. But, upset, 2-1-4, and a 6-4. Don't quit your day job.
Back in front of us, there is number 2, Coal Creek Pantera, 4-year-old Panther Hanover Bay gelding, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty. It's the first win on this season. Travis Cullen, the winning driver, Coal Creek Pantera, victorious in 153-2. Ninth race payouts: 2 Coal Creek Pantera, $20, 630, 380. 1 Arson Sealster, 210, 210. 4 Lions First Bulldog, 340. $2 Exactor, 44.20. Dollar Try is 69.70. The Dollar Super 470, 35, 20 cents. Super 94.07. Ninth race order finish from the top: 2153647. That's 2153647 on the bottom.
Winbag Farm of Delaware offers several outstanding stallions, including EL Platinum, full brother to multiple stakes winners EL Ideal and EL Titan, Meadowlands Pace winner He's Watching, a Dan Panch Award winner and a world record holder over multiple sized ovals, Molotov Cocktail, a New York Sire Stakes final champion and multiple stakes winner, Nutcracker Sweet, half brother to the great Sweet Lou, and a multiple stakes winner, Sports Column, a 19-time winner and a multiple Ontario Sire Stakes gold winner at 2 and 3, and Top Flight Angel, a Yonkers Trot final champion and a Breeders' Crown elimination winner. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Field on post parade for the 10th. One is Woodmere Oduya, Paul McKenzie for William Ham. Number 2 is Forever Better, Nick Boyd for Blair Burgess and Kenneth Seastrom. Number 3 is Just One Bite, Austin Torrey for Ron McDonald and Brett McDonald and Shenko. Number 4 is Millia Ramage, Daryl Thiessen for Harry Martin. 5 is Golden Leader, Jay Hemworth for Mitchell Tierney and Lynn Cameron. Number 6, Lily Claire, Bertie Goyers for Melissa Loyer. And number 7 is My Only Sunshine, Travis Cullen for Grace Marshman. 8 is Big Nipper, Mike Horner, drives and trains for Doug Wilson and Mark Horner. And 9 is Voom Voom. Jason Ryan for Francis Guillemette and Michelle Carrier. Field of 9, the final dash features the high five, and let's get right to it. And we have quite a difference of opinion, but both of our top picks are not the favorite. In fact, are offering value. Your top one, Lily Claire, I believe.
It is Lily Claire. I've seen her in London all spring, racing for trainer Melissa with Brady Galliers and a host of other drivers on board. When she's at her best for trainer Melissa, she can pretty much go with preferred type mares. The trips she's gone have been big ones. 7-1 currently. I love the price. I do like her chances with these, and I'm going upset all day in this finale. Plus, she is a number 6 in a harness racing finale, Gary.
You got to give
yes,
it up.
I'm bringing
that
back.
No, number 7 by Only Sunshine. I'm not going to bite this time because I said more than I should have last time. My Only Sunshine. Travis Cullen drives for Grace Marshman. Strong connections. 8 top 2 finishes and 17 starts on the year.
Yeah, she's a good fit with these. Really good check getter this season. She's a 9 for 17 in the top 3, including 4 wins and 4 runner-up finishes. And there's not a whole lot of them showing that kind of a record this season, other than the 3. Just one bite, who's got 10 top 2 finishes from 15 outings. And it's a good-looking finale field. I mean, hit the high five and you're going to get paid.
Yeah, and look, we'll go to one Woodmere Oduya because this time you did go to the connection from Charlottetown, Paul McKenzie, and good at Flamborough, 2 races to go. Last race, post 8, sloppy track off 3 seconds.
Woodmere Oduya, she's bred by Woodmere Farms just east of Charlottetown, and Woodmere Oduya is a really, really nice mare. She was a stakes champion in the Maritimes, 58-4 over Inverness. Now, Inverness, Nova Scotia, not a very fast half miler, so 58-4, like best record over that track, says to me that she can likely get over Grand River Raceway in 54 on a good day. 15-1 currently.
Next one we'll talk about is the favorite right now, 5 Golden Leader. I got to tell you, last time out, this one was really good at Flamborough.
Just missing by a nose, right? But she is winless coming into this in her 2026 season. Another great check getter, loves a good trip, but camera shy in 2026, I'm kind of looking elsewhere.
You threw Milieu Fromage onto your ticket. It's the first start of the year.
I like this mare. Always have. I mean, when she's on her game, she's a good fit to hit the ticket, and we've got the high five in play here. You hit the top 5 and you're going to be part of the high five ticket, and at 13-1 I can use this for I like the way you say her name.
Milieu Fromage. I don't know, I just love
fromage.
But listen, you didn't even take a nibble on my top pick here, just one bite.
Well, I did mention that she's got 10 top 2 finishes from 15 outings. This is a wide open affair. You can have the 3. I'll take my 6 in a harness racing finale. Let's go.
Yeah, we're both 9-2 on mine and 4-1 on yours. It's a field of 9. We're going to find out how it unfolds because they're moving in behind the gate for the final dash on an opening night here at the river. We are gathered at the river, and they are gathered up behind the gate. Field for the 10th dash. He is at the start of the rough in just one bite. Comes out gobbling up ground early with Golden Leader. Woodmere Oduya on the inside is racing now into the top 3. Then Forever Better. My Only Sunshine. Then it is back to Lily Claire. Voom Voom. Then Big Nipper. And Milieu Fromage is trailing the field Golden Leader wants to come on and be the leader over Woodmere Oduya. Just one bite at 11-1 is racing third, but it is Golden Leader. Even money to board who leads Woodmere Oduya, who's 20-1. Opening quarter, 26-1. A lively opening panel. Just one bite is forwardly placed third right now and works in front of Forever Better. Then it is My Only Sunshine and Lily Claire. Then it is back to Voom Voom and Big Nipper, and Milia Fromage is trailing the field. 26-1 opening quarter, and they work their way on into the backstretch. Golden Leader and Jay Harris. Woodmere Oduya is still doing the pocket. My Only Sunshine now is shining a little brighter on the outside and giving cover to Lily Claire. Lockdown to the inside is Just One Bite, as is Forever Better. Then it is back to Voom Voom and Big Nipper, and Milia Fromage is trailing the field. Golden Leader. My Only Sunshine now is shining on the outside, is only about a head off the lead. Woodmere Oduya is racing third. Lily Claire might have flattened out, second over, and then on the inside, Just One Bite is still blocked, and Voom Voom on the outside, but Golden Leader at the field turns for home. My Only Sunshine. Woodmere Oduya, Just One Bite is racing fourth, and then it is Lily Claire, and out wide is Voom Voom. 3/4, 124. Seventh is Milia Fromage on down the stretch for Golden Leader. My Only Sunshine. Woodmere Oduya looks to try it up the passing lane. Woodmere Oduya, it's not Mackenzie Lane here, but that doesn't matter because Paul McKenzie, Woodmere Oduya is going to do it up the inside and win it. Then Voom Voom and My Only Sunshine and Golden Leader. 154-1. Woodmere Oduya. Paul loves himself some passing lane.
Loves himself some passing lane, and yet again, I'm wrong about the winner, but right about the time. I said 58-4 over Inverness. Likely puts her at about 54 over Grand River, and new lifetime best. There it is at 20-1, Gary.
Well, that means you were wrong because you said 54, and it's 54-1.
Yet.
Listen, Woodmere Oduya, Paul gave this one a really excellent drive, and then he knows how to get them up the passing lane. It's only he's got the key to the passing lane. He didn't just win up the passing lane. Look, he bombed up the passing lane.
It's that southpaw angle, right? That left-handed urging. They want to try up that inside for him.
Yeah, well, they say, oh, this guy must know what he's doing. He's won a pile of races up the inside. I guess I'll go there.
Well, yeah. I mean, when Flamborough Downs names the passing lane after Mackenzie, I mean, you got to expect yeah. What a trip, though, he gave this mare. I mean, he left sharply with her. We haven't seen too many horses get away that good from the rail tonight. Paul McKenzie had a game plan, and that was to head to victory lane in the finale.
And Golden Leader was good for a good chunk of the race. It's just, I thought that horse would be sharp. Took a lot of action, too, though.
She was very ambitious early, 26-1, and then a half and 55 flat. There wouldn't be a whole lot left on the end of the mile, but you know what? Props for her for likely grabbing somewhat of a share in this one. There she is, finishing fourth.
Yeah, and there's Woodmere Oduya, 20-1. People might have fallen that last race finishing ninth, but that was post-8 on a sloppy track and was really good just 2 starts ago.
No, this is a nice mare. Like I said, Maritime Stakes champion, 58-4 over Inverness. 54 winner here tonight does not surprise me in the least little bit, Gary.
It's a 19756. We're going to talk to you on Friday night. Let's do it again.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
Woodmere Oduya back in front of us as a 4-year-old roll with it. Harry Bay mare. Paul McKenzie with the driving double on the evening. William Hams, the trainer and owner. It's the 4th win this season, 8th lifetime. Woodmere Oduya was able to do it in the 10th in 154-1 for a new career mark. The 10th race payouts: 1 Woodmere do you 43, 48, 70, and $6. 9 Voom Voom, $14 and $5.50, and 7 My Only Sunshine, $2.80. The $2 exactor, $280.80. The dollar tries, $907.30. We'll have a high five carryover into Friday of $2,274.31. $2 double is $734.30. And we have a 20-cent pick 3 of $153.60. A 20-cent pick 4 of $685.01. We're also going to have a pick 5 carryover into the first dash of Friday, $6,722.54. Tenth race, order of finish from the top: 196745382. That's 196745382 on the bottom. Well, fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Wednesday evening. Action resumes on Friday night with a first dash of 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos.